Hello, friends. Much love, respect, and appreciation. And also for any of those just coming in, seeing this message, shout out to you guys consistently showing up for the live streams that I've been working on doing continuously. So here we have another video live stream today. And we're going to start it off with a very great person because this is the reason why I have the image that you see directly to the left side of the screen, and you see a lot of these great people, right? You have one that says, "We are not and have never been a civil rights organization. Personally, I hate the word." Right? That was stated by Hector Garcia. Another person that we can clearly see at this moment in time is this one. Latin Americans of Mexican descent belong to the Caucasian and are therefore white, by John J. Herrera. Another person we have is "Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I didn't want to align with him." So let me zoom that in so you guys can happen to see the name directly right there, right? Felix down there. He was a Mexican American president, right? Next person that we have is quoted as stating, "I know Negroes aren't getting their full share of democracy, but frankly, I." Now, I want to note before we get directly through with this and before we get into the video, all of these people here are Mexican American. All of these people fought directly for their own civil rights, for their own benefits, so that they don't have to no longer be called Mexican American. They will be called Caucasian and or white. They did this way back in the day. Look at some of the listings here, right? LULAC president, 1952. Mexican American president of the LULAC, 1956 through 1960. Let me make sure I got that one. Yep, through 1960, right? So this was far back. This is history that we're able to look at this moment in time. And these are the same exact individuals who roll through and tell Black Americans that, hey, you guys need to, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You guys need to work harder. You guys need to fix your community. You guys need to stop being victims. You guys need to stop doing this and stop doing that. Oh, and specifically, you guys need to stop being racist, right? That's the main thing that they want to state because they feel that they are so close, so neck and neck, right next to their quote unquote white savior. The same exact people that did a lot of things to them historically. They want to be right there next to them. They want to pile up. They want to buddy buddy, all to turn and look at somebody else and be like, hey, don't focus in on us. We're the good ones. We are working with us no matter what we've been through as, one another. We can pretty much see eye to eye. We need to sit up there and focus on those African Americans. That's the real problem. That's the real issue. That's what we really need to, you know, get done with and move around so that this great country can be great once again. Right. And this is another reason why we see a lot of people happening to get deported at this moment in time. This is why we see a lot of videos directly on social media where we have people crying, where people are sobbing, giving their little violin stories, where a lot of people want to consistently talk about, hey, Black Americans, this is the time that we all need to get together and we need to work together. We need to do this and we need to do that. All by the time that we've been telling them time and time again, hey, they don't actually care about you. They don't actually love you. By the time that they give you some of the things that you want to make you feel as though that you belong, they're going to get rid of you. So y'all been doing this for a very long time. And now you're starting to see that it's time to pay the piper. It is time to pay that price that they set oh so long ago. Again, your forefathers here, and these are your forefathers. And if you look very closely, one of them is white passing. All of your forefathers set you guys up for what it is that you're going through at this moment in time. But you have the gall and you have the nerve. to try to blame Black Americans, right? So let's continue. He said, I know Negroes aren't getting their fair share of democracy, but frankly, I'm prejudiced against Negroes. And I do not believe that they have or are entitled to everything that we get. So let's get directly into the video.
Lately, I have seen a lot of videos of black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen black people make videos talking about Mexicans. Don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people, they have Salvadorian people, they have Guatemalan people, they have Nicaraguan people, and a whole bunch of other countries that are willing to join forces with the Mexican people. Black people, what makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help? What for? Y'all black people can't even help yourselves. That's wild. Mexican people are hardworking people. Mexican people stick together. They make it work. That's the total opposite of a black person. You want to call me racist? Go right ahead. I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us. What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother? Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
Yo, that's diabolical. That is diabolical. And the funniest thing is, like he said before, he was like, "Go ahead and call me, racist and da da da." This is the thing. I'm not going to find that you're racist. I'm going to find that you're very ignorant and stupid. Because it's one thing because black people growing amongst ourselves, right? We have our family, we know our people, different things of that nature, right? So we'll have our disagreements, we'll have our arguments, right? Either quietly or sometimes openly. But to try to frame that and to use that as for a reason for magically, this is why Mexican people aren't coming to us and don't want to trust, that sounds completely crazy. You really think, and this goes for all nationalities, right? A lot of nationalities can have arguments internally, but they're not going to turn around and say the exact same stupid thing that you stated. It's like, oh, well, black people don't trust themselves. Why would I sit up there? That's the dumbest. If Chinese people don't trust them, that's like me sitting up there saying, like, you don't trust the gangs down there in South America. You got arguments and shootouts and everything like that. So why should I sit up there and trust you? Do you understand how ignorant that sounds? Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Your problems that you're having internally with your people are completely different versus a conversation or whatnot that I'm having directly with you. But again, going back to the images that I showed you before, he's white. They fought to be considered Caucasian and part of the white race. So I can't expect any less. Can't expect any less. Like I said, this is history. This is why I have certain things directly up there so that there is no debate. There's no back and forth. And I've even seen some people online try to say, like, oh, you guys are talking about people from hundreds of years. It don't matter. This is history. This has to do with your history. This is something that you fought for. If you don't know your history, now you know. Right? Copy and paste this, bookmark it, bag and tag it, do whatever you got to do, screenshot it. This is your history. This is exactly what it is. And this is what it's always been. Right? Because this is what you fought for in America, because you didn't want to be called whatever. Nicaraguan, you didn't want to be Peruvian, you didn't want to be Mexican, you didn't want to be Venezuelan, didn't want to be Argentinian American, you didn't want to be listed in any of those things. You were like, hey, we don't look like the blacks over here, so we want to fight. We're going to do whatever it is that we got to do, and you're going to call us and consider us white or Caucasian. If you call us anything else but that, we'll consider that a slur. And that's what y'all did. That's exactly what y'all did. Right. And now your brother in arms is getting rid of you, just like they sacrifice, or I'm sorry, just like how they sacrifice a lot of their many brothers throughout wars and all these other types of things, just for the benefit of greed and just because they're bored. So now you're that sacrificial pawn. But let's continue to see what some Black Americans have to say about this.
Feel so bad for all of these people that illegally came into our country. Go to another country illegally and see what happened to your ass.
But if you think that if my black went over to Mexico, you think they'll treat me like that? If I live next door to them and went to their country, you think they'll help me? Or do you think they'll help you? If you are an immigrant and went over into their country, do you think that they would do all for you that we do for them? No, they would not.
They're all getting deported. Why should I care? Why? Why should I give a fuck? When it came down to it, it was like, no, me not black, me Dominican. Well, guess what? You about to go, buddy.
Hey, y'all illegals, y'all better run it under a rock. Trump kick y'all up out of our country, man. Y'all got to go. Boop, boop.
Black Americans, stand down and mind your business, because if it was you, they turn your ass in. This is our country and it's not our business. Mind your business, Black Americans. This is not our problem and not our fight. That is the Post.
Why not afford to go back to your country? Isn't it literally your country? And isn't it your people? You know, the people that have so much solidarity, they brag about it to black people. I'm confused here.
I just want to know, if you guys are protesting to be American citizens, why are you guys waving Mexican flags? I just, don't knock me. But if you are protesting to be in America, why are you waving Mexican flags? You say, now what if the ICE truck just pull up and say, oh,
you know, y'all can't just be like saying all this stuff about us and then want us to just come to y'all rescue when y'all need us. And grito and all this and all this stuff that y'all be, man. I want me to have sympathy, man, please, man. I done heard too much stuff and witnessed too much hatred. I'm gonna sit back.
All those people that was talking down on black Americans, saying that they didn't have no power in this country and the man this and the man that, and Wabo, Wakata, and Jareer, and all types of other slurs that y'all say towards us. Now y'all crying. Look who's crying now. Now everybody crying. And y'all want us to get involved. We not getting involved. And don't ask the black women either, because they said they was on vacation. So I don't know what y'all gonna do. I don't know what this, I don't know what to tell you, G.
it's not our fight. It's not our business. So stop inserting yourself. Go find something productive to do, something that'll benefit you and the Black community. Go touch some grass. Hell, go play in the snow. But this is not our fight. Y'all rest and relax. And if it doesn't involve us, stay out of it. You don't, we won't put you. Like, period. But y'all got the audacity to call us out and say, we're next. It's like that. And if they're doing that to y'all, what do you think they're going to do to y'all? What? Are you serious? You been?
These the same immigrants Kamala Harris let in this country, and not only just let them, but she gave them housing, they gave them allowance, they gave them food stamps, they gave them everything, man. And now somebody coming in to do the right thing, they can get their out, and y'all feel sorry for what that we got going on.
Y'all don't stop for us. You know what I'm saying? We tired. We tired of stumping for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's all we used to do. We stomp for other people harder than we stomp for ourselves. And now we waking up and just like, hey, grow you a set of nuts and fight your own battles. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it a band, though. A lot of y'all immigrant cultures, y'all people come out here to America, you feel me? And the first thing y'all be teaching y'all kids is to stay away from African Americans, campaigning against us, creating racism inside them, hatred in their heart, you feel me? While y'all be acting cordial to us, but really in the back of y'all minds, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I don't mess with African Americans, hating on our people, but copying the culture, swagger jacking, you feel me?
This is so sad. They're trying to divide us. We were never together. Please stop, bro. Stop playing in our face.
And that's facts. I love that last one that the young brother said. He was like, "Oh, they're trying to divide us," and that's the classic terms and wording that a lot of people have used, more so specifically white Americans. They always like to use this thing where they want to be like, "Oh, I don't know how we ever got so divided. Like we were never like this before." Case in point, they used to love this during the Obama administration. It was like, before Obama, we were all one and yada yada yada, and then somehow, some way, we just became so divided. I just don't understand it. I wish things can go back to the way that they were. We were always divided. It was just highlighted more when you had somebody that didn't look like you directly in office, but during the Bush administration, it was clearly divided. It was clearly divided. It seemed more together because guess what? You had the quote unquote war on terror. I'm still trying to figure out to this day what that exactly was. War on terror. What is that? How do you fight a faceless enemy? Caucanites. How do you do that? How do you just fight somebody that's invisible? Like you got all these armaments, all these bullets, these guns, these tanks. How do you face a enemy that you said yourself doesn't have a face? So how do you know who you're actually fighting? And it's like, the American people ate it up and they ran with it. They ran with it. So yeah, I guess during a point in time, it seemed a little bit more peaceful, or people were less divided because a lot of people in America were focused on left, right, up and down, and all these other directions versus actually focusing on the enemy within. So I guess, like I said, propaganda at work. But anyways, let's go to some other information directly out here. It's coming directly from the government. It's crazy work.
I was looking through, I downloaded the 14th Amendment. There's been a lot of Supreme Court cases. Civil Rights Act of 1964 was upheld. This approach in the heart of Atlanta Motel versus United States. Justice Joseph Bradley made a really interesting comment about it. He said, quote, individual invasion of individual rights is not the subject matter of the 14th Amendment. It has a deeper and broader scope. It nullifies and makes void all state legislation and state action of every kind which impairs the privileges and immunities of citizens of the United States, or which injures them in life, liberty, or property without due process of law, or which denies them equal protection of the laws. He goes on. The radical Republicans who advanced the 13th Amendment, which was free slavery, abolishing slavery, hoped to ensure broad civil and human rights for the newly freed people. But its scope was disputed before it even went into effect. The framers of the 14th Amendment wanted these principles enshrined in the Constitution to protect the new Civil Rights Act from being declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and also to prevent a future Congress from altering it by mere majority vote. Who was the focus? The newly freed people. Not everybody trying to get her by hook, crook, or cranny. All right.
Right. So again, it's getting to the point where things are getting a little bit tight, and even they got to come out and be like, you know what? We gotta bring a little bit of truth out here. We hate to do this, but hey, Black Americans, originally these things were placed in and built directly for you because of everything that took place, in the United States. Even though we don't want to talk about slavery, we want to act like it didn't happen, it didn't exist, that it was, just a fictitious fairy tale in order to give you a victim, mentality and mindset. It was just, a fairy tale, right? But oddly enough, looking back at some papers, these things actually did happen. So we had to get amongst ourselves and separate just a little bit, just to create some rules and regulations so that you guys can be a little bit okay, not fine just like we are, but a little bit okay. And what ended up happening inadvertently is that years down the line, immigrants came in and they used that as a loophole, and that's not what it was meant for. It was just solely actually meant for you guys, because of what it is that quote unquote technically we did, even though we like to say that we didn't do it, but yeah, we actually did do it. So this is a way for us trying to make some type of amends. But yeah, immigrants, y'all got to get out. This is not, the 14th was not for you. It just is what it is again, and that's coming from their God, the person that they worship, love, oh so much, given just a little snippet, a little bit of some type of truth, right? But let's continue.
42 million Black Americans, all descendants of slaves. Did you know that's the same size of population as Afghanistan? There are more Black people in the United States than there are people in Canada. Black population is bigger than the population of an entire country. Did you know that there are more Black Americans than the average country? Ghana only got 37 million people, 39. Regardless, we overpopulate them. The idea that we are a minority, it's meaningless. We're a minority only because we live in a country that takes up 1/3 of an entire continent. There are more Black Americans than there are people in California and Texas. Those are the largest states in America. If Black people all gathered in one place, we could have a small country. We are a nation inside of a nation. We are unlike other minorities because we are all the same. We aren't just a race. We are one culture. We don't come from different nations, different cultural backgrounds. We represent one culture, one identity. Stop letting the diasporic people trick you out your spot. We don't need to look to the diaspora for identities with 42 million strong, bigger than the average African nation, under one tribe, not segmented people under the guise of a nation, but one people under one identity. We have accomplished more in this nation than fully Black nations with Black leadership. People's opinions about who we are is irrelevant. At this point, 42 million people, doesn't matter what happened 400 years ago. Doesn't matter from the different places we came from. All of that is long gone. The only thing that matters is that we're here now. We're looking to the future that we're about to build. We are in the coming of a Black Renaissance era. It will not be missed because people are looking to the past and to the diaspora for answers when they have none. It's time to let all of that go. None of that stuff matters anymore. We are here. We not going nowhere with 42 million people. Let that sink in. 42 million. We are a nation.
She is correct. And this is something that even the honorable minister has talked about quite often when it deals with Black America, how it is. And he said it himself that we are a nation within a nation. But even still, with leaders such as the honorable minister, you have a lot of people that don't want to pay attention and don't want to listen to what specifically is happening and going on. A lot of people want to feel that, oh, it's not really a lot of us, because people keep going directly on, oh, it's only we're 12 to 13%. But it's like, let people know, instead of just saying 12 to 13%, because if you look at 12 to 13% out of 100, like, of course anybody's gonna be like, yo, that's a small, that's a small percentage. What really even is that, right? But when you actually put the numbers directly out there, when you figure out that you're talking about millions upon millions upon millions of Black Americans directly out there, it's like, it's like, look at that. It's just like, it's very interesting how people can, technically play with descriptions or wordings to make things seem as though that they're less than, or that it's not really significant. It is. Just like she gave comparison to different areas around the world, it is very, very significant. And then on top of that, when you start to put a dollar value directly on that amount of people, you start to realize, like, yo, if people start, banding up real quick, or even just half of that start, banding up real quick and get like-minded, start building, start doing this, and start doing, hey, a lot of things can actually start moving. You can start mobilizing in a lot of different places, right? But let's continue.
That said, why is it that when Africans enter a country, the melanated indigenous people of said land disappear? Why is that? Because I remember when Moana came out and Black Americans said that those were Black people, those are melanated people that we saw, and them Africans ran up under them people comments telling them that they were African. And then people said, no, what you're trying to do is uproot thousands of years of history. And we turned around like, you don't say. You feel what I'm saying? But it makes you think, why is that? Why is that? Because y'all turn around and try to tell us that y'all are us, that we are y'all. But how are y'all us if us is still us? You feel what I'm saying? Y'all tell us that we need to fight for borders and open immigration and things like that that do not affect us and our families. I ain't never need no papers. My parents ain't never need no papers. They 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 parents ain't never need no papers. And they parents ain't never need no papers. They parents ain't never need no papers. And before then, the papers ain't exist. So if you still need papers on somebody's land, why are y'all trying to turn around and tell them people that they are y'all and y'all are them, but then turn around and say they not really y'all, y'all are a better version of them, then turn around and then try to say that they are y'all and they need to help y'all?
She has a point. And these are some of the same folks that like to tell black people that, oh, you don't know where it is that you come from. You don't have a language. You don't have this. You don't have that. You don't have a culture. But then the moment in time that we highlight, like, all right, well, we're American. We made this. We contributed this. Everybody around the world is pretty much copying our culture, what it is that we created, how it is that we talk, how it is that we walk, how it is that we style and everything. You'd be like, oh, no. They're not actually copying you. Because everything that you're doing right now, that comes directly back from Africa. That comes directly back from the motherland. The way that you rap, the way that you dance, the way that you style yourselves, the way that you look and I'm like, word? But you just said we don't got nothing. So then the moment of time that we can actually prove and highlight something, now you jump in out of nowhere to sit up there and try to claim, be like, no, actually that originally came from a word. Okay, no problem. So how about this one? If everything that we're doing right now at this moment in time came directly from everybody in Africa, right? Why is it at this moment in time that we don't see Africa doing something greater than what Black Americans have created? Just wondering. Because I just saw a recent video of Africans doing battle rap, and I'm like, so when did Africans historically ever battle rap? I'm just like, what part of the African culture is battle rap? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know, like, were tribes just like standing on the borders of their lands, and instead of like fighting, they were just like, talking in their languages, like back and forth, just like throwing barbs and jabs and all of that, metaphors, and like, what part of African culture is that? Because I kid you not, I might, if I might think about doing it, I'll sit up there and pull that video just so I can show y'all. It was terrible. It was trash. It was 1,000% trash. African battle rap. That's what we're doing, guys. That's what we're doing. Who did you get battle rap from? Because you didn't get it from yourselves. You did not invent that. Just like the black dude I showed y'all who wanted to talk about he started doing a new style, and this dude is doing jerry curls. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Africans who are in the UK, I need y'all to stop it. I need y'all to stop it. I need y'all. Like I said, I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying everybody, because I got some people out there, over there in the UK that be pulling up to the channel. I ain't saying all of y'all. I'm talking about the loudest ones that are amongst y'all that want to sit up there and say that they creating all the culture and all of the style and the raps and the beats and still to this day, Black Americans ain't creating nothing, and we don't carry nothing. We don't have no culture. I'm just saying, it's some crazy work out here. How people want to try to claim the little bit that Black Americans are proud of. Like I said, the whole world might not like us, but they love the music. They love the instrumentals. They love the rhythm. They love the blues. They love the way that we walk, talk, slang, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. Anything cultural that deals with Black Americans that we have built that comes directly from us internally by way of the struggles and the history and everything that we have faced. Everybody is taking that up and they're just running with it, and they loving it. Might not love Black people, but y'all make sure to love that culture, though. Y'all make sure to buy those albums. I'll tell you that. Let's keep it going.
So most people don't realize, but El Salvador here has this program where all these people you see in yellow, they're all criminals. And what they do is they actually put them to work. So instead of just sitting there in a jail cell doing nothing, they actually get them to do public goods. They paint public buildings, schools, clean up beaches. They actually become a productive member of society. This allows non-violent criminals to succeed when they actually get out, learn new skills that they might not have. Instead of simply sucking up the tax dollar that would be needed in order to house them, they actually put them to work. Farming, you name it, they're a part of society. Now, here's the thing about Canada. When we have police, when we have prisons, when we have the judicial system, all those things are paid by our tax dollars. It's called a public good. We all consume it in some way, shape, or form, whether it's protection from the police, but there's people who tax it much more, which are criminals, which means when we have more criminals, we need more prisons, we need more police officers, we need more. And I don't think this would be a bad idea. In order to make up those extra tax dollars that need to be spent, we tax the criminals in a sense by having them pay back their debt to society. And I'm curious, what do you guys think about this? Is this absolute crazy, or is this something that maybe should only be implemented to non-violent criminals, or possibly to immigrants that are taking advantage of our country, which I refer to as gimmigrants, and not productive immigrants that come to this country to pay their dues, to succeed, they pay their taxes, and they're law-abiding citizens. Those people are the type of people we want.
Now, this is something that I've even talked about before, and shout out to this man for, using his people as a clear-cut example. I've stated before that if we have non-violent offenders that are in the United States, right? Even in California, if you go do a little bit of research, you will realize that some of the people fighting those fires are inmates, right? And, I'm guessing that those are non-violent offenders or what have you. And anybody who is innocent in prison or in jail, I feel that they should be put directly to work, right? If the job of the United States prison industry or jail system, however you want to call it, if it's to rehabilitate, take all of those non-violent offenders and give them skills so that by the time that they are up, when, they can go back out into society, they can be productive members. So that we don't have to worry about them like, oh, well, I don't have no skills. I don't have this. I don't have a home. I don't got nothing. So I'm about to go out here and rob somebody yet again so I can go right back and get these 3 square meals and I can have a bed and I don't have to worry about rent or anything else. Like I said, if we can actually start to put these people directly to work, society will actually be a lot better place. You will start to have a lot less crime. Again, this is why I set up there and stated before, we need more trades directly out here. You start giving people trades, you start actually educating them so that they don't have to quote unquote turn to or turn back to a life of crime. Everything will actually get better in everybody's community. But, like I said before, whenever it deals with trying to make the whole of America better, people don't want that. They only want a certain segment to get better while everybody else falls directly off to the wayside. It just is directly what it is. But like I said, I'm fully with what it is that he stated, and let's hope that this administration or somebody in government can happen to see this exact same video and they'll write up some legislation to have a lot of these non-violent offenders, doing this. Let's continue.
What up, y'all? So the homie, he said something a little bit ago that I agree with, and I'm gonna add to it. What he said was, black man, right now, it's time to go to those contractors and get some work. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to add to this. My brother, because of the vacuum, right? Most of these contractors, whenever they hire people who have immigrated illegally, right? Whenever they usually hire a whole family. They usually hire 3 or 4 in just one go, okay? So what I'm telling you is to do this. Don't just show up to the contractor yourself. Make sure you let them know, hey, I got 2 to 3 homies who are ready to work right now. Or show up as a group of 2 to 3 and say, hey, we are looking to work. We're looking to fill those positions. And I'm going to tell you what, stop trying to be picky over what they pay you. This is the trade industry. This isn't working at Walmart or the grocery store. This is the trade industry. So what's going to happen is, even if they don't want to pay you that much, you're going to be getting literal skills, okay? And these skills, they can't be taken away from you. When you work behind a desk or you work, at a place with a kiosk, them's ain't your skills. You get fired and they just train the next guy to press the buttons. You feel what I'm saying? But if you're working for a contractor, you're developing skills that go with you. You see what I'm saying? You don't take the kiosk with you, but if you know how to drywall, if you know how to paint, if you know how to do concrete, any of that, right? You take that skill with you. So when the contractor says, I'll hire you guys, but I can only pay you this much. That's fine. That's fine, sir. That works for us. Take that shit. Run with it, gather those skills, and I promise you, depending on the trade, by the end of the year, you'll be well enough that you could do it on your own. Y'all could start a LLC and do it on your own. You'll know how to advertise. You'll know the basics. You can take the smallest jobs and continue to build on your experience to the next thing you know, you're a full-fledged, highly accredited company in your neighborhood. All right. This is how you take advantage of what's going on. Don't listen to these people that are telling you to put down what you need, put your family to the side, get out and march for them when you know damn well every time they get something, you ain't getting shit and you just gonna keep marching. Don't do that. Don't listen to that. You get your homies and you go get them jobs that have been vacated because they believe in their hearts that Americans, especially black Americans, don't want to work, that we don't want to do shit, that we're too fucking lazy. Prove them motherfuckers wrong. Show up there and get whatever you can get until you can get it on your own. You feel what I'm saying? That's how if we want to fix our communities, support our businesses, we got to be able to fucking make them. You feel what I'm saying? Don't march for people who ain't working for you. Do this shit for your own. All right? Brothers, get out there. Get them jobs. You need them. We need them. The black community needs them. If we take this opportunity, if we take a stand now, that's all I'm saying.
100% facts. I also want to give a shout out to Brother Allen for the $5 dono to the channel. I had to actually scroll back up because I was focused and talking. With much love, respect, and appreciation for the $5 dono to the channel. The brother right here is 100% right, and this is something that I've been stating directly for years. And this isn't the first time that we've seen people walk directly off the job and quote unquote just disappear. This happened some years prior as well. My main thing that I set up there and stated was like, yo, for a lot of the brothers out there, this will be the time that, can step up and learn a trade or get directly onto the job. Even if you don't have any type of skills, show up with 3 brothers, be like, hey, we'll work. You need us to, clean, move some trash, move whatever it is that you're demoing and whatnot or whatever. And they tell you what the pay is, take that pay. Take that pay, because at this moment in time, this is your in. Because the moment in time that you take that as your in, this is how you'll be able to get a lot of other young black men directly up there. And as you upgrade and stabilize, you're also pulling more men in there as well to do the exact same thing. And as he stated before, you'll be able to take that later on, let's say like a year or whatever from now, from all the things that you've done, all the skills and everything that you've watched, you'll be able to create your own company. You'll be able to pull other black men from the streets or from your family or friends elsewhere and automatically get them jobs the same exact way that you see the Latins pull their families up. They get their brothers, their uncles, their cousins, their sons jobs. They roll up in there as a whole family, 5, 10, 15 deep. I done seen it myself. And they'll make sure to do that. And the exact same thing I told black people to do, it's the exact same thing this brother sitting up here saying. Everybody needs to do that exact same thing. Have that exact same mentality. Have that family. Look out for somebody else directly out there. Like I said, this is not a race that you're going to be able to run yourself, no matter how good of a track star you may be. Because we're not at the moment in time where for black Americans where we're just like, all right, we're doing a race within the United States and that's it. Nah, I've been trying to tell people for the longest time. Now you're in the race. This is like the Olympics now. You're not just racing everybody that's coming here. You're racing other nations. You're racing other countries. And you're not going to be able to beat those other countries by yourself. You're going to need a team. It's crazy. But some people will get it and some people will not. Some people will not. Let me see. I've seen you in the comment section for quite a bit, saying some things here and there. You know, the funniest thing that I've noticed is that when you focus in on Black Americans and try to just list a little bit of something, you'll have other people slowly but surely start popping up in the comment section talking about, oh, what's up with all this division and this separatism amongst, you know, Black Americans and Africans and da 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 and all this stuff. This is what I sit up there and say, right? And respectfully, the things that I've seen in Africa at this moment in time are the things that I've wanted to take place. You got what, about 4 to 5 nations, and they're literally unifying and coming together. That's the thing that Africans right now need to be focused on. Whatever it is that I'm talking about, you don't need to be concerned with that. You, wherever it is that you specifically came from, your nation, you need to sit up there and focus in on that and figure out how those 5 nations are collaborating and coming together, and how those people are working, and how they got the agriculture straight, and they're building cars and everything. Start doing that throughout all the other nations and throw Europe directly out of Africa. That's what you need to focus on, instead of coming here and trying to be worried about what it is that Black Americans are specifically saying and specifically talking about. Right? That's all I'm sitting up there saying. You said what? You said if Africa has all of the wealth. Let me see if I can get this stop scroll. You said if Africa has all of the wealth in the ground and Americans, Black, don't you mean Black? Whatever. Black Americans have more wealth, then what's going on with American Blacks? What? What are you even talking about? That didn't even make any type of sense. Like, let me put it to you like this. It's to the how jacked up this is to the point where I've done quite a few stories showcasing the minerals that are located in Africa. And in one of the areas in Africa, the people found a nice gold mound that was there. And you had people from the village or the local area just hurry up. Like, you had hundreds upon hundreds of people running there just to get a piece of gold. That's how it should be, because the people of those land should be able to come in and get what is theirs, what they take part in, right? But you know what the African government did of that area? They were like, oh no, we need everybody that was there. You need to return the gold that you took, and that area is now under control of the African government. Ain't that crazy? All of those pieces of gold that they picked up could have very easily changed the lives of all of those African folks and their families. But the government told them that you need to return it, and that this is under government control. What do you think that government is going to do with that gold? Do you think that they're going to do anything to give it back to the people? Do you think that they're going to now make a gold currency to, enrich the people? No, they're not. They're going to take hold of that gold and they're going to put it elsewhere. They're going to put it and give it to other nations. They're going to sell it off. The government is going to get richer and the people are going to get poor. But those same people who they make poor are going to be made to work directly in that land and mine that gold directly for the government and really not profit anything from it. So again, like I said before, it's a little bit crazy to me knowing the fact that people would more so be focused on what it is that Black Americans are saying versus fixing what is going directly over there in Africa, in a lot of nations, and getting that together. It's crazy to me. You said all the majority white American companies are stationed in Africa. They get a piece of the pie, but you preach separatism. Yeah, they get a piece of the pie because you allow Europeans directly in your nation. You allow them in your lands just like you've always allowed them. So I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to point out to me. The main thing that I've always said up there and told people, like, yo, go back and build up your land. Focus in on your people. All of the African people that are here that say that they are proud to be Nigerian and all this other type of stuff. Yeah, take the knowledge and information that you got, go back to Africa and raise your nation. Because that's what you're actually supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to just be here for the rest of your life. You're supposed to sit up there and go back with everything that you learn and everything that you go back to your nation and raise up your people. But at this moment in time, the only thing that I actually see from African people is them fleeing their lands, getting rich and wealthy elsewhere. And then when it's time for them to basically go on to another existence, another pasture, they want to be buried over there in Africa. That's crazy to me. You're treating it like a cemetery. You're treating it like a graveyard. You'll be proud when you're in another nation, right? Under their laws and regulations, when really you should be repping those flags, right? If you're African in the UK, you should be repping the UK flag. If you're African in America, you should be repping that American flag, but that's not what y'all want to do. And I keep trying to tell people you can't serve two gods. But oh well. But like I said before, it's crazy to me to know that people want to run and flee, and then they got all of the mouth and they want to talk about what it is that Black Americans are doing and how divisive and all the separatism and all of this division. But yet you treat your own nation, you treat the place that you're so proudly from as a graveyard, as a morgue. That's diabolical work. So how proud are you really? Because if at any point in time anything happens to me as a Black American, guess what? I'm getting buried here. This is where I'm from. This is where my parents are from. This is where my grandparents are from, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. That's where I'm going to be buried. I'm not going to be buried nowhere else. That don't make any sense. But like I said, it is what it is. People, want to do what it is that they want to do. You said Firestone gets rubber from Africa. Elon Musk built Tesla from the resources in Africa. Yeah, again, because you allow Europeans on your land. How many live streams have I done where I talked about South Africa and how it is that y'all allowed Europeans to come directly over there and bulldoze y'all directly off of that land? And then y'all have the apartheid, things are segregated. Y'all still have an area where you can clearly see the rich and the wealthy where the poor are. That's crazy to me. That's diabolical how that works. But you're trying to, hey, but Firestone Tires, Elon Musk, y'all allowed that family to be over there. They sitting up there getting all of your resources and getting rich, formulating businesses. You're allowing everybody else to make money off of you, but you. Even your own government, your own people that are reflective, that look just like you, that you vote directly in, or however it is that they get there. They don't even have your best interest. They're selling off your waters where you fish. I done showcased videos where Africans who just live, normal, very simple lives. The way that they make money is that they fish off of the waters, the coastal waters. You know what took place? The Europeans were like, hey, we're landlocked over here. We don't really have water or fish. We need to feed our people. So we're going to sit up there and pretty much have first dibs. Taking away how it is that those African men are able to sit up there and feed their families, putting them further in poverty. While who gets enriched? Who gets fed? The Europeans, of which they're not even close anywhere near any of that water, but yet you allow it. You allow it. It's crazy. It is 100% crazy. It is diabolical how this works. What we got? Worried about the wrong thing? No, I'm worried about the right thing. Like I said before, and like the brother that's still directly up here was stating to the Black men in the community and young Black men, like, yo, go out there and get those jobs. If there's obviously a vacuum, if there's obviously a hole, this is the time to fill that gap. The exact same way that it was during the factory jobs and before that. Not focused on the wrong things, focused on the right things, because everybody else is out here making it. Everybody else is out here living. Because case in point, let me show you this. The Africans, when they come over here, they're not trying to work side by side and whatnot with Black Americans, as stated before. And I've known this even growing up. When a lot of y'all show up here, y'all specifically tell y'all kids, don't mess with us. Don't bring home any of those traits from those Black Americans. They're uncultured. You just do your work, you do what it is that you're supposed to do, and then after that you go to college and then you become successful. You become a doctor, you become a lawyer, a surgeon, whatever it is, right? But you do not sit up there and mess with those Black Americans, because you are not them, they are not you. These are facts. Like, it's crazy how many times that Black Americans can come through on these platforms and state this information, and people want to just so happen to overlook that. And then when we call it out and we bring it up, people want to sit up there and say that, oh, we're divisive. We don't know what it is that we're talking about. You said I don't have a problem with white people at all. Of course you don't. They get it. It's these people that don't get it. I bet. I bet. I bet. And this is why Africa is the exact way that it is at this moment in time, or at least certain segments, because some people are obviously understanding and understanding the fact and knowing the fact that, hey, Europe, y'all got to get up out of here. Y'all didn't had a very long stay, a very long, vacation. It's time for you to roll up out of this Airbnb and go right back home. Crazy. G1 said 1930s, the United States made Americans return gold by law. Yeah. You said prior to that, the United States dollar was backed by gold. You have a mooring of the United States dollar to petroleum in the 1971 by Nixon. Yeah. Yeah. That was something that I talked about before in that was probably a year or so ago in a live stream before. I had up the map of Africa, showcased a lot of the different things there, and talked about plenty of times, especially trying to inform these white Americans, like, hey, your government made your dollar worthless. So, if all the oil was to disappear from this planet at this moment in time, the United States dollar would be zero. It would be nothing. All war would break out. Again, this is why I stated before, when it deals with Gaddafi and many others directly out there, where they want to come up with a gold currency. The people out there, had to make sure to put a stop to that, because if they didn't, it would foil their plans on having everybody use the United States dollar as some type of standard, when realistically gold, silver, platinum, things of that nature, things that are actually from the earth, things that actually have an intrinsic value, those should be the things of value, not, in a sense, paper money that's for all intents and purposes bubblegum wrapping. Right? Because no matter how you split gold or whatever you do to it, it still has value. That dollar, no. There's a multitude of ways that dollar can literally get destroyed and the value is done. But anyways, just saying. Just bringing those things directly up there. Oh, also much love, respect, and appreciation to anybody and everybody that's been subscribing at this moment in time. I think I turned down the notification sound, so I don't really happen to hear it, when I'm doing live streams, but I can see, when it pops up. You said they come to America for the capitalism, but a lot import and export. I'm not exactly sure what you're importing and exporting. Because when I look at a lot of stuff, the main import and export that I happen to see in the United States is rap. Realistically, I'm just going to be honest. When I look at a lot of the music directly out here, yeah, I'm looking at a lot of that. I'm looking at a lot of culture getting imported and exported by the way of America, because I know it can't be the food. Because it would be diabolical to sit up there and export any of this food from the United States over there to Africa. Oh boy. Oh, that would be disastrous. That would be disastrous. Like I said, there's not a lot of stuff to really, give over to another country that's really worth a value, in a sense, just being honest. And this is coming from somebody who was in America. Just saying. Just saying. Thomas said the blame game gets you nowhere. Well, I will just like to say this, Thomas. Tell that to the white Americans. Tell that to the white Americans. Because for the longest time that I've been existing on, this planet, I've always heard the blame be shifted to black people for, the reason that the government is in some type of a deficit, or Medicare, Medicaid, and government is everything is black people's fault. Crime across the United States. It's the black community's fault. Drugs across America, black people's fault. Crazy work. I'm like, word? The guns entering to everybody's communities. It's black people's fault. Word? And some of these weapons are military grade. Somehow, some way, some random black guy was able to just get these weapons from the military and then just, disperse them to a variety of communities. All right. Like I said, but the blame game gets us nowhere. It's obviously been working for white America. Just saying. Just saying. Let me see. What else do we got here? You said what? The import and export goods, but you just said that all the American blacks have the wealth, but say Africa is undeveloped. Wait, I'm confused. What part of the comment? Where are we even at this moment in time? Where are we even at? Where specifically did I say that Africa was underdeveloped? Because if memory serves me correctly, I can't do it right now, but I could have sworn I did a video that showcased castles and cities throughout different areas of Africa. The pictures that the American media does not like to show. Better yet, a lot of places around the world don't even want to show. So to say that I said that Africa was underdeveloped, that's a bit of a stretch. You may be trying to, read some words there that aren't specifically there so that you got a point to specifically stand on. I'm not really sure you know who you're talking to. Just it's like every live stream, I got somebody that pulls up to the scene and they just like start talking and saying some stuff. And I'm like, I know I done set up there. I done said a variety of things. I've even to certain extents have said and called America a third world country. I know I've said that quite a few times for a variety of different reasons. But how you're trying to put this, that sounds a little bit crazy. Either you care or you don't. Oh man. Drink Water said Black Americans work in a white man's army. You also said Black Americans fight for all white men wars and help white supremacy. This is the funny thing. When I hear people with these random names directly out here, I often wonder, where are you guys from? Right. And then a lot of times when we happen to ask where you guys are from, people tend to not want to answer those questions, which is a little bit weird. People are like, oh, why does it matter? Why don't you just focus in on the facts? Stop focusing in on where people are actually from. It matters a great deal. Because if you're not even Black American and you decide that you want to, partake in these conversations, I'm like, you don't even have a dog directly in this fight. So you're literally just talking just to talk. Realistically. Just talking just to talk. Let me see. Fred said, dudes from Africa and the Caribbean don't see the bigger picture. That's that mindset that keeps us at the bottom. Ross said, bro, American blacks claim to be Native American tribe, but they put y'all on reservations. Isn't that what people tend to do once they conquer lands? They will segregate and put people in different areas. If you want to be realistic, they've done that with the Black community when it dealt with redlining. Right, the same exact thing that they did with the quote unquote Native Americans, they did that with Black Americans with segregation and redlining, where it was like, okay, you see this area over here, Black people, this is for you, and you don't venture off of this, and you pretty much stay here, right? Everything that is here, we try to provide for you. It's not going to be the best, but it's going to be right here for you. And you see all of this heavenly light and this white porcelain marble, all of this is us. We built this. God pretty much presented and gave this to us. He opened the clouds, put his hands down, was like, wow, white people, this is for you, right? That's pretty much how that worked. So if you want to go into the whole thing of talking about, oh, well, Black Americans say that they're Native American, we're native to this land. I'm a little bit, I don't understand how people are confused. If you're African, you're native to Africa. If you're Caribbean, you're native to those islands directly down there, right? If you're Chinese, you are native to that Chinese land. If you're Japanese, you are native to that Japanese land. I'm confused. It only becomes an argument or a debate or whatnot when it deals with Black Americans. Whenever it is that we decide to say that this is us, this is where we're from, everybody wants to try to tell us otherwise. It's the craziest thing. It's insane. It is when I've never seen this happen to another group of people in existence on this planet. Never. Never. And the craziest part is some of the greatest immigrants that we have in the United States is white Americans. They're from Europe. They're literally from Europe. Took a boat trip. Took an extended stay boat trip just to get up over here. And then once they got here, they could barely survive. And it was the natives who enabled them to be able to survive and also grow food. They didn't know nothing about the trees, the wilderness, the flowers, nothing. They did not have a roadmap for North America at all. They didn't know what was happening. They rolled up during the winter on the cold shores and they almost went extinct, just like during the plague. But you know what a lot of Africans and many other people are not going to sit up there and do? They're not going to argue with white Americans if they say that they are native to America. Y'all ain't going to do that, though. But like I said, a lot of y'all, you know, a lot of people got all the mouth for Black Americans when it is that we happen to say some stuff. But y'all ain't going to have that same mouth for white people, though. We know that. And that's the difference between Black Americans and everybody else. Black Americans will literally talk. We'll have debates. We'll sit up there and fight. Whenever it is that y'all roll up over here, and no matter how y'all get treated, y'all ain't fighting them. Y'all not raising a hand. Y'all barely sit up there and raise hands to the Chinese that want to come up over there and take your land and build up their businesses and their schools and tell you that you can't be on this land. They want to come over there and take your resources and tell you that you can't take part in these resources. They want to come over there and start marrying up all of your women and having all of these kids so that they can claim lands there and you allow them to. Diabolical work. I can literally watch this in 4K in real time, but yet people want to sit up there and argue with me and talk about I'm divisive and separatist and this, that, and the third. But I'm talking about Black Americans. I'm talking about issues that's going on in America. There's a lot of issues over there that African men should be addressing over there in Africa. Like I said, you shouldn't be having Asian men roll up over there since the 70s or the 60s, impregnating your women, leaving kids directly over there, just so that they could just so happen to claim some land. That's diabolical work. But like I said, people allow stuff. It's crazy. People got all the talk directly for Black Americans. For shame. For shame. Sarah Mills said, can't serve two countries. America has committed atrocities against our Black Americans. Black Americans are the soil of this land that produces good fruit. Let's put all Americans first. Bars. It's crazy work out there. That was some bars right there. Good job there, Sarah. Good job. Ross said, pushed Indians to extinction. You know what? I'm not even going to deal with the reclassification or the terms and the usage. Like I said, I've done live streams where I've gone over definitions of different wordings and broken down certain types of things and went back and forth. My main thing is this. If Black Americans say that they are native somewhere, like I said, we're not trying to claim Africa. Like I said, y'all got that. Y'all billion strong over there. Y'all good. Y'all 1 billion and one probably, right? And y'all numbers are further going up, right? So again, y'all good. Y'all got generations, libraries. Y'all got all of that over there. So if we're saying that this is us, that Africa is you and America is us, what's the problem? How are we missing in translation? Because I don't get mad when Africans sit up there and tell me like, yo, they're from Africa, you know, that's their home and they love it and they have pride and all. I don't get mad. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. Like, you do that. You be proud of where it is that you come from. You be proud of your language. You be proud of your culture. You be proud of your people. You be proud of your history, right? Because that's how Black Americans think. Because for too long, dealing with the United States and around the world, we've always had people try to tell us like, you have no right to be proud. You have no type of culture. You're not worth anything. You're not adding anything. You never created anything. You've never done anything. At certain extents, you have some people go off on a limb and be like, yo, the last greatest contribution that Black Americans have ever done was during slavery. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, Black Americans are the only group that has to deal with words like this, that has to deal with conversations like this. No other group on the face of this planet in existence has to have these type of debates or conversations or try to prove that they are actually worth something. Crazy work. So that actually lets you know how special Black Americans actually are. Because like I said, show me another group of people. Nobody's trying to debate with anybody from South America. Nobody's trying to really debate out there with the Mexicans. Nobody's trying to debate with the Asians. Right? Nobody's trying to debate with the Africans. Nobody's trying to debate with the Aboriginals in Australia or in New Zealand. Nobody's trying to debate with the Hawaiians. Nobody's trying to debate with the Europeans. But everybody around the world has a conversation and always has their mouth open when specifically it deals with Black Americans. And I need a lot of Black Americans to wake up and realize, like, yo, why is that? Why is it that we got so much hate? Why is it that we got so much envy? Why is it that everybody wants to have a conversation or wants to be involved in said conversation versus talking about themselves? Right? If everybody else is so special, those special people should be talking about themselves. You should be prideful, ego driven, and really focused in on that. But y'all not doing that though. Why is that? I hear time and time again on social media how Africans are so proud. I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm a proud Kenyan. I'm a proud this. I'm a proud that. But somehow, some way, I'll look through your timeline on X, and you always got your mouth open about Black Americans. What? You talking about our music? You talking about our food? You're talking about the way that we talk? You talking about the way that we dress? Everything. And I'm like, this don't really seem like the type of person that's proud about who it is that they are, because you wouldn't be so fixated on another group who ain't of you, correct? Who is not you, correct? Like I said, I've seen this too many times. People want to talk about I'm divisive and separatist. No, that's everybody else. I'm looking at what everybody else has been doing, and everybody is receiving that exact same energy. But it seems to me that when the energy is getting delivered back to those out there who originally put it on to us, people don't like it. Why is that? And then when Black people do it, it's like, oh, you guys are racist. How? That's the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. Diabolical work. Oh, let me roll through here. Let me roll through here real quick. I'm not exactly sure who Headbuster was talking about, because you said cooning at its finest. I'm not sure who you're addressing that towards or responding that to. I'm gonna give you some time to maybe at that person, or let me know if that was specifically towards me. Because if it was towards me, I would love for you to explain. Just saying. Just saying. Yasin, what is up? What is up? You said, I was just asking these new content creators from Africa talking about what's going on in Black America. Why are they talking about us and not focusing on them? And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, I'll put it to you like this. If you got African content creators, big ups to y'all. That's a beautiful thing. And for me, how I'm looking at it, African content creators, if you're on TikTok, X, or whatever it is, y'all should be some of the biggest people directly out there, because y'all got millions, tens of millions of people directly on those lands. So automatically your people should be realistically supporting you. The reason I say that is because whenever white people start doing content, they're supporting their people. Other Europeans doing content, they're supporting their people. Asian people doing content, they're supporting their people. Latin people doing content, they're supporting their people. So automatically in my mind, I'm like, okay, that exact same thing should be following through and following suit with the Africans. And I don't be seeing it. And I'm like, why is that? But then the moment in time that I understood that, yo, their people don't even support them when it is that they're trying to do something different and trying to build themselves up. So then I start to see a switch in a transition to people now wanting to bash and talk about Black Americans. And then all of a sudden, this is when they become superstars. This is when they start getting these huge subscribers. They start getting these huge donations. This is when they start getting on all these other types of platforms and these collaboration deals. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it. So if you're African talking about Africa, your people don't want to hear it. They'll hear it from white people, which you know, and it's always been true. They'll listen to white people tell them about themselves and how to fix it and what it is that they should do, but they don't want to hear from somebody that looks just like them. So you have to swap your content in order to appeal to both masses, in order to appeal to both the Europeans and to also appeal to your people. So the only choice you have is to talk about Black Americans and to use them as a focal point because you have nothing else. Gotcha. And people get mad when it is that Black Americans want to give some type of pushback, when it is that we specifically want to talk and we want to have some type of pride about ourselves, about our culture, about what it is that we do, what it is that we've been through. And then when we point out our history, people are like, oh, so you just want to be proud of being slaves and this, that, and the third and whatnot. Yo, whatever we want to sit up there and be proud of, that is it. It's not your concern. It has nothing. It has zero to do with you. Right? Because if we are from you, that means you originally gave us up. Like a mother who was not prepared. I'm sorry, like a woman who was not prepared to be a mother. Correct? Isn't that what women do when they're not prepared to actually be a mother? They give up their children. Right. So if we're going to give the extent to some type of credit, yeah, we are from you, but you gave us up. So since you gave us up, you no longer have any types of rights to be able to claim us because we are no longer from you. We don't even know who you are. Right. Because you didn't raise us. You didn't take care of us. You didn't clothe us. You didn't shelter us. You didn't protect us from nothing. You gave birth, ran off because you didn't want to take care of whatever it is that it is, and you shipped it off somewhere else. You lived your life in whatever means that is, and then you see how it is that we're growing up as the kids that you gave up, and now you want to be a part of their life because you see some type of success. You see the type of light. You see the type of energy. So now you're looking at how destitute your life is and what little is basically there. And now you're like, oh, I want to be a part of this. I need to, like, hey, I'm your mom. I gave birth to you. I gave you this. I gave you. That's cool. Congratulations. You were a mother, but you were not my mother. That's pretty much how a lot of Black Americans sum up a lot of these things online. You are a mother, but you're not my mother. You might have gave life, but you did not raise said life. You did not protect said life. You did not feed or bathe said life. You didn't teach this life any type of lessons. Well, I'm sorry, you did teach us one lesson, right? And that lesson specifically deals with the fact of even if you have somebody that gave birth to you, that doesn't specifically mean that they love you. That doesn't mean that they're going to honor and actually cherish said life. So don't try to claim anything because you were never here. Africans were over there directly in Africa, correct? Y'all were living y'all life. Y'all were living it up. Y'all were doing whatever it is that y'all needed to do, selling off other people to the highest bidder, still conducting slave trades to this day, still selling off your land, still having civil wars, still suffering through corrupt governments, still allowing Europeans to sit up there and take over your lands and make money off of all of your resources, which are naturally yours. So, right, you were doing all of your business, conducting business as usual. We had to fend for ourselves. We had to create for ourselves. So the only thing realistically, if you are African, that you can claim is that you gave life, but you didn't raise it. That's it. It's that simple. Because I dare anybody right now to show me an African person from Africa that raised me as the man I am today. I'll wait. Show me those African people. Show me those people. So Raw decided to go to the tactics of the white man and wanted to state, look at the way that American blacks murder each other. Can't expect much difference towards Africans. Black people don't like each other. This is, and let me say this before. Let me put it to you like this. Invisible, sir. If I have complications or arguments with my family, it's with my family. That's it. If we decide to scrap, we decide to yell and argue, we decide to separate because we can't, really see eye to eye. That's our business. But whenever it is that y'all feel like y'all got some type of point to stand on, y'all like, hey, we're going to bring up the fact that y'all don't even like each other. And you don't even like your own homeland. This is why you sit up there and run to America. This is why you run to the United Kingdom. You run to everywhere white people are. You run to every single continent where there is less of you because you don't want to be around your own people, but you're so proud. You want to rep your flag. You want to sit up there and throw up your language. Oh, I'm Nigerian. I'm in here. All this other type of yada, yada, yada. You don't even want to sit up there and be around your own people. Last time I checked over there in Nigeria, y'all still defecating in the streets. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're still trying to write in and make laws to stop y'all from defecating. Diabolical work. But you got the nerve to sit up there and try to talk about Black Americans in a negative type of light. Y'all sitting up there spreading diseases in the streets. We are not the same. Y'all got the gall, the audacity, and the nerve to get up on here on social media because you got some type of light and a platform to try to get at Black Americans. You can never. Everything that we're doing right now has, in a sense, created a lot of the things that you're trying to do right now. Every time I look at Africa, I'm looking at the fashion. I'm like, wow, that's looking a lot like Black Americans. That's looking real Western. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, why you got women over there getting surgeries? Why you got women over there getting their nose done? Why you got women over there trying to trim the fat and do all of these other things? Why are they over there wearing? First of all, why are African women even wearing weaves? Explain that to me. If you're an African woman, you should be proud of your African heritage, your African hair, your African DNA, but that is not the case. And in a lot of these countries, it's Africans around other Africans. So again, I'm a little bit confused on why it is that you would have to take on anything that most people would say is of a European, type of mindset that people are indoctrinated or brainwashed to believe that should be the viewpoint of which beauty is or what the standard of beauty is. But yeah, y'all the same people that love your nation, but you run from it any chance that you get. I'm out of here, mother sucker. To America, to Canada. It's crazy. Diabolical work. It's crazy. Explain that to me. I, as a Black American, I'm not trying to sit up there and run to anybody or anywhere else. I'm going to die exactly where it is that I stand on. That is it. Like I said, some of y'all can't comprehend or understand that. So this is why y'all want to sit up there and hide behind white people, hide behind Europeans, because you're actually afraid to fight and stand. You're not trying to sit up there and fight them because they already got you too brainwashed and conditioned from everything that they've set up there and done for the centuries and centuries and centuries and still doing to this day because you allow it. With all of the technology that we got right now, with all of the beautiful resources that you got right now, you could have literally built Wakanda, but have not. The way that I see it, realistically, Africa should be a first world country, but it's not, because you have a lot of people, not even just the government officials. You have a lot of ordinary Africans holding back Africa because they have a fear of what if. They have a fear of the future. They have a fear of potential. And a lot of them can't even find their own value or self-worth or love or respect. You can't even pass off dignity to your own people. But you got the nerve, the gall, and the audacity to sit up there and try to raise your nose and look down on Black Americans because we want to be proud of a little bit of something. That's crazy. But again, this is why you guys come here. And this is why you guys come to a lot of Black American platforms, because we have that type of energy. It is in the fiber of our being, something I guess you guys gave away when you didn't want to raise us, when you didn't want to keep us there, since everybody keeps saying that, hey, Black Americans, you guys are actually from Africa. I guess you guys gave off the best part of you. This is why you're trying to claim it. What's a body without a heart? What else did you say? You said let me actually highlight this. Shout out to Awaken Black. You said no one is coming to save. Let me see if I can actually go. Can I actually go back and highlight your comment? I can't. I'm gonna let me just read it off. Awaken Black says, shout out to the $10 dono. You said no one is coming to save FBA. We are on our own. That's facts. That's facts. And we've always survived directly on our own. We've always done it. So Raw came back and said black people annihilate each other at an alarming rate, but you can't even fix that. And why are you talking about Africans, dude? Because usually 9 times out of 10, whenever people want to try to bring up things dealing with black Americans, usually they're from somewhere else. 9 times out of 10, they're usually from somewhere else. And you want to sit up there and talk about all of these things. Okay, let me generalize it, because you're basically trying to say that I'm incorrect on my theory about, you know, where it is that more than likely you're from. How about I'll put it like this, right? So you said that black Americans are, you know, getting rid of themselves at an alarming rate. Have you not looked at the population around the world? Black Americans' population has pretty much been stable in comparison to Europeans and in comparison to the Asians directly out there, right? I'm not sure if you actually understand the fact that a lot of these other groups who are having problems with their populations are trying to find a way or to slide directly into the black DNA sector to give a little bit more longevity to their species, to their group, to their lineage, to their DNA. So again, you're talking about the same thing that every other group around the planet does. But the only difference is that you just don't know the numbers, or better yet, you care not to actually check on who is actually taking themselves out more at a alarming rate, which is crazy to me. Because I would think that if you actually care about a population and a group, that you would actually care about the whole of a population. But seemingly, whenever it is that people want to talk, they tend to, you know, just specifically focus in on black Americans again, which is crazy. Diabolical. Hold on. And then you rolled up here. You was like, fix your community first. That's actually what we've been doing. Again, you're talking as a person that has not done any type of research. You are literally more than likely on a cell phone. More than likely on a cell phone, which is, for all intents and purposes, a portable supercomputer. So since you got thumbs and you got all the nerve in the world to sit up there and type back and forth, how about you run those digits on Chat GPT or whatever, or look up some news articles, and you look up the minis of the black people, the black men, the black women, and even the younger of the generation who are working with those sections of the population to fix black communities around the United States. But I forgot, because white Americans, because the white media, because mainstream media isn't specifically telling you the good that black people are doing, you don't know nothing about it. So because they're not talking about it, you're not going to research it, because in your mind, it's not getting highlighted. It doesn't exist. Because again, these are the same talking points that I've been hearing for years. Oh, but you blacks, you do this and you do that. Oh, focus in on your own community. We always been focused on ourselves and our communities, but you know, historically speaking, the moment in time that we happen to do it, like Black Wall Street, you know, magically people burn it down. But when we happen to bring that stuff up, people are like, oh, that was thousands of years ago. You guys weren't even around during that time. Even if it did happen, you know, so what? What about today? What about now? What are you guys doing? Right. So again, we can point out certain facts, history, and then you guys will move the goalposts somehow, some way, instead of staying directly in that fact. Because you got to just try to be right. You got to just try to prove wrong. You got to just try to, yeah, I can prove that you guys aren't doing this. I can prove that you guys aren't trying to move forward. I can prove that you guys are lazy. I can prove that you guys are just trying to use government assistance. I can prove that you guys are just victims. Crazy work. But now, since Trump is in office, I see a lot of quote unquote victims who I've never seen before claim to be victims. It's interesting. It's interesting. Diabolical work. Because you didn't fix your community. No, we're fixing. Key word, fixing means the work is never done. right? If I look at other communities directly out here, I can't see anybody that has ever 100% fixed their community. You can't point me to one. You cannot point me to one. And I'm just going to I'm going to put one directly up there. The only people, in a sense, that have a community that is, for all intents and purposes, 100% would be some tribes in South America that are literally in the forest, that have been untouched by the world since their inception. Those are the only people that are 100% when it deals with their culture and how it is that they move, speak, talk, and act. But even that is starting to get touched. But you know by who? By the Europeans, because now they want to start going directly to a lot of these cultures down there in South America that were untouched. They want to start giving them Sprite. They want to give them Coca-Cola. They want to give them vapes. They want to show them all the wondrous wizardries and sorceries of technology that we got that just put spells on people. And now you want to indoctrinate and induce these people to this exact same sleeping system. But yet you don't want to talk about that though, right? You don't want to mention that though, right? But you care about the populace and populations, and you care about, people not existing and how it is that people should fix their communities. It's crazy how you got Europeans that have been running amok all across the planet, but somehow, some way, we got to focus in on Black Americans. We need to focus in on how it is that they do certain things to their population. How about all of the many atrocities, the Holocausts, the experiments that's been happening to the African people by way of America and the European nations? How about that one? Oh, but I forgot. That's right. You're not going to talk about that. You're not going to talk about that. It's a lot easier, again, to bring up Black Americans and to make them the focal point, as if we are everything that is wrong with the world. Diabolical work. Crazy work. Uh-oh, I love to highlight these guys. I love to see, the one beautiful part is anybody that's been on this platform for a long enough time, I've actually shown my face. You guys see me talk, it's not AI or anything like that. Whenever I happen to see people like this, and I'm like, yeah, I know that's not your actual name. More than likely, that's not even at your actual image. Like I said, I'd be looking at clown work out here. Clown work. And this is how I know that when a lot of people roll up to this platform, they never do any type of research, nor do they watch any type of videos. Didn't we, class, just hear me out. Didn't we just have a live stream previously about me going over solutions? And here we are with Johnny Come Lately doing the exact same thing that I told you that they like to do every single time. Oh, you always like to talk about these problems, but you never give any solutions. Why aren't you trying to fix the Black community? Look at this. Look at this. Like clockwork. You would swear that I'm a psychic. I'm Professor X. I'm Jean Grey. I got the Phoenix Force. You would swear I could just play the lottery numbers at this moment in time and I would just cash out big. I might as well go to Vegas. I might in my pocket so I can walk out with 500 grand. Because this is diabolical work right here. We literally just had this conversation and here we are. Face to face, together with silver spoons. Look where we are. We're two of a kind. Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-da-dun. It's crazy. Like it's great. Like this is you can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is diabolical. This was literally the last part of the live stream I did yesterday. This was literally the last part. Wow. Wow. Diabolical work. Next, she said, I understand that. That's why you don't hear me preaching separatism. I only concern with solutions. Okay. I guess. This is diabolical work here, guys. Oh, I wish a lot of you guys could have been here for the tail end of that previous live stream. Because again, like clockwork, I told you guys every single time this is what happens because people choose not to do any type of research. people don't want to, happen to look at a couple of videos and actually listen. It is what I said before. Like I said, in the background on YouTube, I can tell where it is that people actually watch videos and where it is that people drop off. When I actually start talking, especially on videos when I'm giving solutions and yada, 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 ain't nobody staying for that. And I'm just going to be real. Like I said, I don't follow nobody. I get it. It's cool. No problem. You people like the entertaining parts. I do not fault people for that. No problem. But again, I know where it is that people will sit up there and drop off. I can list the stats. I can list how it can work. I can show where I've applied a multitude of things, even in my own life, to let people know that it actually does work. But like I said before, it is what it is. But to come up here and to tell me that, yo, you just talk, no solutions. It's crazy. It's diabolical work. Faceless people up here always talking. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm trying to like roll through y'all comments real quick. Let me see what we got. What else we got? Preach Seji, facts. Also, much love, respect, and appreciation. I can't even get to everybody because we have quite a bit of people that's actually typing in this chat at the moment in time. So it would be very, very difficult, very, very difficult to actually get to a lot of y'all. So much love, respect, and appreciation. Also, much love, respect to any and everybody, who's watching the conversation and probably even hit the like button and also donated to the platform as well. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Let me see. See, Apple said, Seji, question: should Black people be thankful for what happened in Haiti? I would never, in a sense, be like, yo, that's a positive. I would never say anything like that. I would never, try to, wish, that amount of, harm or destruction, on other people, especially given the fact of Haiti freed themselves from the French. But the French don't know how to take L's because they're so ego and pride driven. So they decided, like, okay, well, you're going to have to pay us back for this war. So that's indefinite. So it is what it is, right? Like I said, it's diabolical work. Haiti freed themselves from the French, took that and, went elsewhere to free other people. Haiti ended up getting, hit by massive earthquake, which is incredible, ridiculous. Then there was supposed to be, and I covered this before, there was supposed to be first aid given directly to Haiti, and a lot of that money was never seen. A lot of those buildings were never erected at all. And then there was a coup, and then, the political officials there ended up, the family, some of which, I'm not sure if it was all of them, they ended up losing their lives, which is diabolical. And now, Haiti is going through, this type of transition. Don't know specifically what is going to happen specifically with it. But, people are just going to have to stay tuned. And if you pay attention, at one point in time, the media was always talking about, oh, Haiti, right? They were going down there doing interviews. They were doing this and doing that, right? It was just the main thing that was selling money. But once it wasn't able to sell no more, and once nobody was caring about it because it was pretty much the same thing, rinse, wash, repeat, mainstream media disappeared from Haiti. I wonder why that is. Mainstream media can always show up when something is going wrong with a Black nation, but they never show up when positive things are taking place and happening with that Black nation. They're not showing up when it is that Black nation is freeing themselves from the iron grip of European nations. They're not doing that. They are not trying to do a story on that because why? They don't want that type of information or that type of energy to spread. They don't want other people to get those types of ideas. So you also know what the mainstream media likes to do when it deals with Black Americans. They do the exact same thing. They're not going to showcase to you any of the positive. They're going to show you all of the ignorant and the ratchetness directly in or amongst the Black community. They're not going to show you the Black men and women and the young kids that have graduated early, that's going directly from high school to college, or that's doing high school and college at the same time. They're not going to show you a lot of our geniuses, a lot of our inventors, a lot of our entrepreneurs, a lot of the people that are building They're going to make sure to show you all of the ratchetness because they would rather all of that spread. They want the negative spread versus the positive. And then they also want to be able to control the narrative of what it is that people look and how it is that they look to Black Americans. Everybody in the world will look at the culture and they'll look at Black Americans as a negative, right? But if we were to put positive, information directly out there, positive pictures and videos, then it's going to be a whole different balance. And again, they don't want that. Because like I said before, what good is a body without a heart? Because if we can literally, as Black Americans, if we can move cultures and influence people just with the music that we do, just imagine what would happen if they start showcasing all of the positivity that Black people have done and contributed towards and built. Just imagine what that would do. It would take a little bit longer to influence, yes, because it's not negative. Everybody is more receptive to negative energy than positive. People will just gobble. They will turn into a glutton when it deals with negativity. They'll just act like a Hoover, just pull it all in. When it deals with positive energy, then people want to start eating like they rich. They want to have their knives and their forks. They want to eat nice and light and delicate. They don't want too much on a plate. They don't want to really cause a mess or a disturbance, and they're not going to ask for a second. Right? And people are going to sit up there and partition and section it off like that. And because people take in positive energy or, positive types of views when it deals with Black people in that light, because they take it in those type of segments, it's not really going to add up to nothing. So this is why I can end up having conversations where you got people and highlight them, where you got people talking about you just talking, you give no solutions. Like I said, if people only want to pay attention to what it is that they deem as negative, what it is that that they feel is directed towards them, that's a you problem. That is 100% a you problem. It's crazy. I don't even know what Vitali's even talking about. I don't even know what that is. Let me see what else we got up in here. Let me see what else we got. Scale was like, Africans are jealous of our edges. Oh man, that's diabolical work. That is diabolical work. Matter of fact, I forgot. Let me actually continue because I actually had shout out to Dreamer, much love, respect, and appreciation subscribing to the platform. I actually have some more videos here. I actually forgot to play those because I got caught, in the thick of things.
Trifling that dirty girl that was rubbing her on the patient's head, acting like it was cute and it was cool. That's how we knew that you weren't one of us. Cause my women don't become healthcare workers and rub their on patients' heads and think that it's cute. That's not part of our culture. And come to find out.
Sis, why they leak your address and social security? So what on Twitter? She's not even an American citizen. I'm an immigrant. What the?
Oh yeah, she went to jail. And this is another example why we're delineating and we don't want y'all representing our community. Y'all coming from all over the world, coming here doing degenerate trifling that you think Black girls do, that you think is cute, but it's not cute. And y'all be the #1 people on TikTok talking about Black American men and Black American women and talking them down on our culture when y'all come over here to America and do the most trifling, go to jail and want everybody to just look at you as one big Negro. No.
So let me just highlight this because I was asking the question earlier. So shout out to Headbust for the reply. I got you. No problem. I got you. I understand, brother. I understand. So if y'all don't understand who it is that he's talking about, let me show you. And this is what I like to talk about time and time again. So let me try to see if I can peel this back real quick, right? So you see this person here, right? For all intents and purposes, you would technically think that this person is probably Black American. Why would you say that? Because of the hairstyle, right? You sit up there and see a lot of the makeup, right? You see the clothing, or a little bit of the clothing that she wears. You see the little baby hairs to the side. Primarily, this is something that you will see Black women and young Black girls directly with culturally in America. Like I said, I've seen this ever since I've been growing up. But this is the story that this deals with here, right? It's a world of a difference. It's a world of a difference. Like I said, this is why certain things need to be highlighted, right? So this is the same person. So the 19-year-old was arrested and charged with exploiting disabled persons after viral dance video. The girl to the right, which is the same one as the girl to the left, decided that she wanted to get into the healthcare industry, and she wanted to be disrespectful and devalue the patients, the disabled patients there, by making videos and dancing directly all over and on them. And what did you specifically hear her say in the video? She was like, oh, they leaked this and that information. She was like, okay, and so? She was like, I'm not even an American citizen. The girl next to her, who was off camera, she was like, she's not even from here. Huh. Now tell me, why is it that a melanated woman that is not Black American would decide to dress up and act as a Black American woman in order to commit such acts and to get an education and to also get paid for doing something like this on social media? And when that wig came off, boy, oh boy, did that wig come off. Let's just hold on. Let me hold on, because this is not doing justice. Let me hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me just zoom. Let me just. Wow. Somebody that's not even Black American. That's not even a Black American woman. She specifically told you that she's an immigrant, and when she said that, she was like, "Oops," as if she wasn't supposed to say it, as if she was here illegally, as if she doesn't have citizenship, as if she wasn't born here. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You have to masquerade as somebody else and perform these type of ignorant type of things in order to try to make it seem like, yeah, this is how Black American women act. This is how they are on a job. And you know what people are going to do? They're going to run with it, because they don't know any more about the person. They're going to go off of face value. And when we happen to look at face value, you would, all intents and purposes, think that she would potentially be a Black American woman or a Black American girl, but she's not. This is another reason why you have Black Americans talking about, we are delineating. We are going to make sure to separate ourselves. We're going to make sure to draw the line directly in the sand, so we know who we are and they know who they are, because of stuff like this. Now, just imagine, I've covered stories as well. I've covered stories of, either guys from Africa or elsewhere who you would think are Black American, and they're out here doing gang violence. They're out here spraying up the streets. They out here selling drugs. They're up here tearing apart families and communities. But you know what happens? Everybody's like, oh, those are Black American men. Those are Black American teens doing that. Because why? They're looking at the face value. They're looking at the hairstyle, of which you don't find in Africa. They're looking at, maybe some of the piercings, right? They're looking at all the tattoos. They're looking at the clothing. They're looking at the type of way that they speak, how it is that they walk and talk. And people like, well, everything says Black American. It is that. It's amazing how this works. It's amazing how that works. I just got to zoom this in just a little bit more, because it's diabolical. It is diabolical how this woman from another place could come here and decide that she wants to muddy up the image of black women. And as soon as you pull off that wig, this is what we see: a barren desert, little bits and spots of an oasis, the residuals of what used to be a healthy land that ended up being colonized and turned into nothing. It's a shame how that works. It's a shame how that works. But like I said, black Americans are the villains. Black Americans are the villains. We gotta stay fly. Ow. It's crazy. It's diabolical work. Oh, we got a classic troll in here. You said Latin women are the best mothers and the finest in the whole earth. So why are you here? I'm just. Why are you telling me that? You're telling me something like I'm supposed to care. I'm a little bit confused. This is why I sat up there and put up the video that I did when I dealt with black women, where it was like kiss from a rose. Some of my female moderators here, they know the video I'm talking about. It was a nice little short, and also some of my male moderators know too. I think K5 and some of the others saw it. Yeah, like I said before, and y'all were still rolling up, getting mad about stuff. Like it's this is how crazy some of y'all are. It's like if a black man says that he loves black women, y'all roll up like, why don't you love all women? If a black man says shout out to all the black mothers out here on this Mother's Day, like, why is it only black mothers? There's more than just black women being mothers directly out here. And no. Shout out to all the beautiful black women. Why is it only the black women that are beautiful? I don't see color, and there's beautiful women of all races. Okay, and so go talk to them then. But you can't, and you won't, because they don't like you. So you decide to come here and cause some type of friction for no reason because you lack attention. It's crazy. It's diabolical work. I'm dealing with grown adults rolling up and pulling up for attention. Where they do that at? You better go play in the street. Go talk to your father that might have abandoned you and left you out there in the streets for the Wild West. When he sat up there and told Susan, the West is calling me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'll be back. I'll send you and Bobby Jim a postcard, but don't come looking for me. And that's when Papa became a Rolling Stone, because he surely did start some other families out there in the West and forgot about Susan and Bobby Jim, or Bobby Joe. I forgot what his name was, just like his father did. But you know what I'm saying. Forgot him and left him. Technically, a lot of European men should be the main ones, firstly on child support. Let me tell you, kings of child support, realistically, if we go back far enough, y'all rolling around here like Wolverine and Marvel Comics. Y'all just getting any and everybody pregnant and don't want the responsibility to take care of no families. You just want to be out here just moving. Diabolical. It's crazy. Crazy work. Wait, Jedi said 1,500 times 365 equals 550K at the end of the year. Wait, when did we start getting the numbers? I'm a little bit confused. What numbers are we talking about here? I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know. Let me see what else we got here. I just be waiting to bring up the Arab because I know they don't want to talk about that. Hey, that's true. That's true. Like I say, I don't even think I even touched on the fact that the Arabs taking over lands and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot. Well, let's see what else we got directly, and also much love, respect, and appreciation, and shout out to all 423 people that are currently here at this moment in time. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me. Thank you. Much love. Much love. See what else we got here. Okay, that's where Awaken is. So let me just re-highlight that because I could not find where the comment is. I thought I originally passed it. My apologies. DC said, but Seji, I thought you were the son of Oral Monroe, aka Storm. Yo, Storm is my girl. Any Marvel game, that is it, unless they did her dirty and her powers don't exactly work how I want them to work. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. We got Vincent Taylor directly in the building. What is up? Kim Williams says, Seji, you cooking them now? You don't even want to be in your own country around your own people? Yeah. Yeah, you sit up there and run, do everything. It's crazy out here. It is diabolical. Gail said, putting on piles of makeup, looking like a casket. Oh, oh, Gail, who's Gail talking about? Oh, we got Mo in here. Yo, what's up, Mo? This man be hiding in the background. This man be sitting in the cut. Let me tell you. Who else that we got directly? I'm just rolling through the comments right now. Just rolling directly through, just seeing what we got. Matter of fact, while I'm rolling through, let me show y'all this other video dealing with this Caucasian American finding out what she needs to find out.
Violence is never the answer. Didn't live in unprecedented times. We are living in unprecedented times. I just saw a representative on a morning news interview go, kids don't need free school lunch. Kids need to go out and make money. They need to go and get a job. Kids. You want kids to go out and get a job instead of what? Taking advantage of the system? What is taking advantage? The school lunches suck anyway. And what? A kid gets to eat who didn't need to? You gotta get your shit rocked. If you see these representatives out in public, you see them at a grocery store, you see them at a gas station, you see them at a bar, you know what you gotta do? You gotta go, shut up, you ugly motherfucker. You don't think kids deserve to eat for free. You think they need to go work at Burger King to prove that they have value. You are ugly! You're ugly and dumb and bad. And I know where you're going. I don't even believe in God. I don't believe in religion. But you know where you're going? To the lowest pits of hell. You piece of... You gotta rock these, okay? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a... And what kills me is some people will go, no, we just need to continue to protest and hold our signs and sign our petitions, and then they'll know. They don't want kids to eat. You think that your sign and your macaroni necklace is going to do, sure, go out there and protest, but if you think peaceful protest is the way to get anything done anymore, babe, it didn't work before, and it's not going to work now. They don't want kids to eat. We can't combat that with signs and petitions. Wow, that's a lot of signatures and nothing's going to get done. Rock these, do it.
Look at that. And I want people to understand, like, it's funny hearing white people cuss, the pronunciation of every single letter that is there. It's very much hilarious. But notice what she said. And this is a Caucasian woman. She said, and she is a pagan. I'm sorry, atheist. She said that she does not believe in any type of gods at all. And she said that, hey, doing protesting, rolling up with signs and just using your voices, that is not going to work. Interesting. That's almost sort of like what it is that black people have been stating in America for the longest time possible. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's almost as if everything that we have always been preaching and stating to the European Americans directly out here, they are actually starting to realize, like, hey, we actually got to stand up and we got to do more in order to get things done in this country when it deals with our own people doing this to us and our kids. Wow, that's somewhat similar to Black Americans have always been saying, especially during the civil rights era and beyond. But here we are.
On a morning news.
Crazy. It's diabolical work. It is diabolical work. We got Brandon V. Can't get my words right. We got Brandon V. World said, and to the hypocrites in the chat that claim that Seji is being negative and not offering solutions, let's be real. You're only here for the negative. The problem is being addressed so everybody can fix it. Bars. Straight bars. 100% bars. 14K carat gold bars. Straight bars. 100%. 100%. I'm still trying to roll down the comments. Again, shout out and much love and appreciation to everybody that is here, that is actually talking. And again, on my end, it's coming from both channels. So it's a lot to actually scroll through, at this moment in time and trying to keep up with. So I'm just trying to, scroll through bit by bit. Oh yeah, K5 was like, yeah, Reed Richards' dad too. Yeah, Reed Richards was all over the place. What was it? Hank Pym. That man, he was an abuser. People forget. Everybody loves Ant-Man. You might want to go see how he was treating Jen. You might want to go see how he was treating his wife. It was bad. It was bad. Terrible. Diabolical work. Brandon V World said like number 330. Oh, we got 331 likes. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, much love, respect, and appreciation, people. All those likes will help other people to see these live streams as well. Thank you. Much appreciation. And originally I was supposed to do this live stream a little bit differently, just like I told Brandon V World before, and I still forgot to do it. I'm like, yo, let me just get this directly out here because this is around the time of doing live stream. So, the Pentagon is over all school lunches. Think about that. Yeah. Yep. They are. Yep. We got. If you have all of that you need to get together and do something, you just set up here, running your mouth. Oh, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. And yet again, you have people up here, saying that you're just up here, running your mouth, not understanding or knowing any of the things that people happen to do, in the background. It's crazy. It's diabolical work. Wow. But again, like I said before, Stevie Johnson, much love and thank you for being here with me, brother. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the attention. You could be, like I said, you could be anywhere else. You could be anywhere else, but you're here. Let me see what else we got. We got repeat offenders out here. She has no idea what's going on. Slavery curse reverse. There's nothing anyone can do at this point. Time is up. Ty said, I'm working overtime with zero pay. Says you got to. Hey, Ty, much love, respect, and appreciation, brother. Like I said, love you guys a lot for the hard work and dedication. You guys do. Actually, I can't do it from here though, because I could actually enlist some different things here, but I'll probably do that later. What? Who, bro? Why are you sitting up here trying to like speak like you're a secret agent or something? Like, yo, I tell you who I am by the name that I rock. What? Bro, you on the internet. Ain't nobody digging that deep. Nobody's digging that deep. That is some crazy work. What was it? He said, "Gotta love keyboard warriors." Yeah, that shit is crazy. The rest of it said, "Well, we know these people feel some type of way, and have always had the disdain because when they address this is it's with malice, not unity or understanding." Yeah, yep, that is 100% facts. 100% facts. Donald Davis, come very close to the screen. Who are you again? Where are you from? What is your skin complexion? Where specifically do you hail from? Because you're talking about we. I would swear that you're French by all of this that you're talking, as if we're all together. Because I promise you that we're not. Because I don't even know who you are. You know who I am though, but I don't even know who you are. And since you're talking about that, all we happen to do is talk and no action. why are you just sitting up here talking and complaining, right? If you're complaining about me talking and complaining, and then you want to run up here talking and complaining about me, what actions are you actually performing? Let me know. Help me out. Let me know something, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. It's crazy. Like I pretty much I feel as though you felt that you had something there, and it just did not really come through how you thought it was going to come through when you visibly wrote it and everybody else could read it directly back to you. Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. And the same thing I said up there. How about this? This is what I'll do for you, Donald. I'll do the same thing that a lot of other people that come here complaining about me. Everybody that has a complaint about my content and what it is that I specifically talk about, how it is that I do it, I need you haters to go out there and literally start a social media platform, start a presence, right? Why don't you be that counter argument? I didn't have some people who are Latin that have literally done this. It was unsuccessful, but I congratulate them, for at least trying. I had a Southern guy that tried to do the exact same thing, and he sounded completely overweight and obese, like it was his time to pass out. But yet, I give him a clap for trying to sit up there and do it. But again, it was a failed attempt. And when I go back and try to see those videos, they no longer exist. It's just a video of him driving on the road talking to a Caucasian man. It's just him going through a dollar store and he's talking about how everything is not stocked. It's crazy work out here. Hold on, brother, because I could have sworn I really addressed you. No disrespect to Mr. Wilson there. I could have sworn I addressed you first. How you going to skip over what it is that I just specifically told you to sit up there and go for somebody else in the comment section when you literally have somebody live talking and speaking directly to you? That's some crazy work. Am I not here right now? Echo. Can you not hear me? This is some crazy work directly out here. What? Why? So you gonna go after Mr. Wilson real quick? You're not gonna come after the person that's on the platform that can actually talk back to you. I don't have to type nothing. You talking about what was it? We don't fight back the Caucasians, but we're taking out our running with the same talking point. Thousands of people, thousands of trolls before you have been sitting up there running with, and you got the nerve to say we. Who are you fighting back? Who are you fighting back? Yo, matter of fact, Donald, this is what I want you to do right now, right? Because I know that you don't claim to be separate directly from this land. I'm not even sure if you're even American, but I'm going to sit up there and tell you this. How about you go directly into your wallet? Let me know if you got a birth certificate and a social security card. If you got any of those items, even just one, you are a slave. You are part of this system. Your numbers are getting ran on the stock market, and the United States government is making money directly off of you. They got an ACH account with your name and your social security attached to it that's worth money. And who you fighting to sit up there and get that money? Nobody. Well, that's if you're American. You ain't fighting nobody to get that money, are you? Nope. You're sitting there on a cell phone like everybody else. You're sitting there working a 9 to 5 like everybody else. But you got the nerve to be up here talking about we don't fight back. Do you not realize that you're on the internet right now? Who gave everybody this internet? I mean, if I'm looking back, you got the United States government, right? Who is that? White. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So we don't fight back at all. So we're not making awareness of any of the things that are taking place or happening. We're not mobilizing. We don't have the Nation of Islam. We don't got the Detroit 300. We don't got New Era. We don't got other types of groups across the United States in black areas. We don't got people like Rizza Islam and Brother Ben X showing people how to buy up land, how to sit up there and invest, how to sit up there and teach other people how to work with people, how to do stuff grassroots. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? I mean, like dumb. I mean, mentally speaking. Like, y'all come up here and always want to run your mouths, and y'all are literally on a supercomputer, and you can research anything before you come up here. That's crazy. That is 100% diabolical. Like, where they do that at? Wait, what? So who specifically are you talking to at this moment in time? You said, nope, we bury our heads in the stand, but you can call all that though. If you're going to come directly to me like a fool, you can't get offended when I call you exactly what it is that you are. Like that makes no sense. That makes no sense. That's like if I see a drug dealer getting mad at me because I called him a drug. I've never seen that in my life. I've never at any moment in time in my life had somebody had some type of anger and animosity because I call them specifically what it is that they are. What are we doing right now? Where are we at? Am I in a different dimension? Did we get transported somewhere else? I'm confused. Like, bro, a lot of y'all some weirdos. Like, oh man, this is just y'all some weirdos out here, man. Y'all can't please don't tell me a lot of y'all got kids, man. Please don't tell me a lot. Like, yo, there was for at least your kids, there is no hope for the future. Like, this is crazy. Man, dear God. Like I said, shout out, much love, respect, and appreciation to anybody and everybody that's here at this moment in time. Even if you don't like the content, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is crazy. Yo, we got Prince in the building. What is up? What is up? What is up? Yo, I ain't seen that name in a minute. Yo, Bon Shy Dude, what is up? What is up? What's up? Also, I want to give a shout out to a lot of y'all here because I've seen y'all also on X as well, under a number or variety of different threads, going back and forth with people in in the comment section, depending on what the topic is. Much love, respect, and appreciation to a lot of you guys directly out there. Like I said, I see y'all out there. Like I said, I'm like Mo directly out there in the X streets. I see y'all, and I'm proud. I see y'all out there. I see y'all. Oh snap, we got Real in the building. Yo, what is up? That is a name that I haven't seen in a minute. Let me tell you, that is a name I have not seen in a minute. Long time no see. Long time no see. We have had some conversations. You and I and you, we have had some conversations. Oh man, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see that you made it out to a live stream. K5 said, I'm still calling it Twitter. Yeah, I call it, Twitter as well. Twitter or X. It's either which, Wait, what are you talking, Tippy? How you said anything? Tippy, I literally acknowledged you earlier. I acknowledged both you and Gail earlier. What are you talking about, Tippy? What are you talking about? I did. Hello, Tiffy. How are you doing? How is everything going? What games are you playing on the PS3? How is your sim life? How are your sim people? This woman that wrote this in all caps. Acknowledge me. I just did, Tiffy. I just did. Dark skin was like, notice me, senpai. I did, Tiffy. Yeah, I know you were making food. I clear cut know this because you said earlier that you had to leave off to go make some food. So you clearly didn't hear nothing, Tippy. Good job. Thanks, Tippy. Headbuster said, I call it a X shield. Okay, I got you. Ty said, tell Tippy I said hi. Ty also said hi as well, Tippy. So you don't, decide to get mad at him. Dear Lord, that woman about to pull a drive-by on me real quick. It's like, yo, Seji, you didn't say what's up? Tip was like, sorry, no big deal. I mean, my bad. Everybody's not themselves when they don't have a Snickers. Trust me, I understand. I get hangry sometimes. Trust me. I think I've actually done some live streams with you guys being hangry, and I've gone off quite a bit. Hilarious. Hilarious. Brandon V. World said, at Donald Davis. And what have you done, sir? Nothing. Hold on. I got to scroll back up. He said, what have you done? Nothing. Why is that? Wait. Why is that? Why do people hate this man? Wait. I know that this man is using text to speech. I could tell right now. Why is it that people hate this man? Wait, make money on YouTube like that's a talking point. Wait, what did he say? Hold on, let me scroll back up. Did I miss something? Hold on. Real said, so glad you're doing your thing. No problem. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love, much love. Let me go back up here. Let me see if I can actually go through the comments. Let me see here. Wow. That's diabolical work, Donald. You were like, yo, man, that's all you. That's all you have is a YouTube platform making money by. I guess you were really sticking it to me there, guy. I guess you really just had the jabs, the dagger. So as most people know, I originally started off this YouTube platform as video. I feel like I just repeatedly say the story over and over again. Any which ways, start off as video games. Stuff started transpiring and happening in real life. And I switched the ties. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit up there and go directly into dealing with, social type of issues and politics. And that's exactly what I did. And lo and behold, by the grateful people, some of which are here, that subscribe to either one of my platforms, enabled me to be able to make money on said YouTube platform. Without any of these people who are currently watching and who have been with me for the longest time, I really would not have the platform that I have, nor would I be able to make any, type of money at all. But to try to sum up and to try to shame what it is that I'm doing because I'm making money off of something that I believed in and that I created. Because again, I didn't really have a huge backing or whatever like other people. This was just basically how some people said, from the mud, you get it with your hands, that type of thing. So it's crazy to, in a sense, try to shame or devalue what it is that somebody created because they're able to make some type of gain directly from it. You're acting as if that I'm doing this and misleading people. No. Everything that I've ever said or addressed, I've said that with every full belief in every fiber of my being in my heart, and I meant that. Even if people go by like, "Oh, Seji, remember the stuff that you said back in 2018? How do you feel about that now?" I mean, I can't address the past version of myself because I can't talk to them right now. I'm the future me, so you can only talk to this version. So you might have to create a time machine, Marty, and go back there and ask that person how they feel about that comment at that time. Like I said, you're looking at different evolutions of me, different levels. And, if so be it that I'm able to still do what it is that I'm doing, and I'm able to, still, make money and help out, people, my mom or whatever, then so be it. If it gets to a time where I'm not, then that's it. But like I said before, while you sitting up here talking, why don't you sit up there and create a platform, Mr. Doing nothing, talking about somebody else not doing nothing? I'm obviously doing more than you are. Just saying. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I've literally, like, let me showcase for the dummies out there. Let me showcase some of the solutions that I've given. I've talked about Brother Moses West, who is out of Texas, and he built a water machine. made, quite a few different videos, live streams, even put that directly on my IG so that other people out there, black people, would actually know directly about this and how to get in contact and how to help fund him so that the government, aka white people, don't have to sit up there and take it over and pretty much have control over what it is that he's doing. Brother Moses West is the same black man from the military, who is a military veteran, who took that same machine and he went all the way up from Texas to Michigan to Flint in order to supply the people there with clean water. But you know what happened? Some people, dibbling and dabbling and working with the government, decided that they wanted to mess up the machine so that the residents there would not be able to get clean water. And the reason why the residents there weren't able to get clean water was because the government there in Michigan allowed it to be so. You had people suffering from Legionnaire's disease. They had different organs shutting directly down. Some people passed. Some people were having skin lesions. People were having their hair fall out. People were having different things going on negatively with their blood. So I'm a little bit confused on how it is that you say that I, as a black man in America, with this platform that I created and that is flourishing by way of the other people who have been here, am doing nothing when I'm making people aware of things that's going on. Just saying. Just saying. I also brought up a brother by the name of I can't even give you the full name right now because I don't want to mispronounce it. But if you look up Psy Clothing, I've done, I think, about one video and probably 2 live streams dealing with Saya Clothing. That is SIA Clothing. If you happen to look it up, you will see the brother. He also has an IG as well that is directly up there. I can tell 100% that his IG is more than likely being shadow banned because I have yet to see any of his videos on my feed dealing with his clothing. So again, shadow banning is a real thing when it deals with black content creators, no matter what content that they are making. If it's ignorant content, if it's rap or demoralizing, they'll make sure to put that in everybody's, spotlight. If it's positive, like a black man, and this is another veteran who has got his money up. And the dude, he knows how to like sew, put together clothes. He knows the fabrics. And then I also highlighted the fact that that black man himself is taking money out of his own pocket and getting kids from the community. And he's teaching them how to be a seamstress. He's teaching them about fashion, how to make their own clothes, from shoes to shoelaces to socks to belts to jackets to pants, t-shirts, all of that. That's a black man doing that. But yet you're the same type of person I want to roll up here and want to say that, just like the many others before you, that I'm up here not doing that with my platform, but yet I'm highlighting the positivity when it deals with black men and black fathers. Right? I've given you brother Tyrone Muhammad, who is a black man who was in Chicago, who literally put his life, his sacrifice, and his freedom in order to let black women know that, hey, this salon did something negative to a black woman and her daughter. I'm shutting this down. He bust out all of those windows of that nail shop, and he sat right there and waited for police calmly and quietly and got arrested. All to sit up there and send a message that as a black man, he and others are not going to stand for what is specifically going on and happening to the black women and the young black girls directly out here by way of these Asian shops. I'll showcase again. I can technically, if I got enough time, I can actually go through a variety of stories that I've sat up there and highlighted on top of putting the GoFundMe's directly up there to have people go directly to those GoFundMe's and donate to those families, trying to bring awareness to situations, because I understand that it's very hard for black people to get awareness when they have GoFundMe's or when they have certain types of needs. So whatever little bit of light and whatnot that I have on my platform, that's what I just so happen to do. And I've done that over time. But yet you and many others want to sit up here and say and grandstand like, oh, you ain't doing that. You just complaining. You're not giving any solutions. I just gave you solutions. I just showed you how I at least try to apply what it is, what little bit that I have. I try to apply that to other people to just try to give them a little bit more light. Maybe even if they didn't need it, still try to use what little bit that I got to give that over to somebody else. What have you done? Nothing but sit here and complain. Nothing but lip service. Crazy work though. Crazy work. Oh, you got those? Word. Hey, much love. Yo, let me tell you, I technically I forgot about those. Shout out to Kim Williams. Kim Williams says Seiji sold sneakers too, and both of my sons got a pair. Much love, respect, and appreciation. That is dope. That is dope. Much love, much love, much love. At a point in time, I was supposed to like continue and try to, you know, do some other things with that. Shout out to who just what was it? I don't care. Shout out to subscribing to the platform. I was supposed to continue on directly with that and make some more stuff, but you know, life happens and gets directly in a way, and then you know other things take place. Like I said, a lot of things that I had that I still have in mind that I want to do. I'm not going to say vocally what it is, but there's a lot of things that I still want to do. I just have to wait. I have to hold off. You know, up until you know that can transpire and take place. But like I said, y'all gonna be there though. Yeah, y'all gonna be there to to see it. Kim Williams said Marty went back to the future, Suji. Oh man. Oh man. It is crazy out here. Set apart said, bruh, don't give these hating fools any time. You've been doing you, and you're more love than you will ever know. No, like I said before, you got to make an example of a lot of people. You got to do it. Like I said, and much love, and I'm not saying this, and I'm going to reiterate this. Whenever I say that I'm not like other content creators, I'm meaning that I have the time for a lot of this foolishness that people want to sit up there and do, on top of still getting right back to what it is that we're talking about, because they're going to be made an example of, and it's still going to go right back into everything that we're talking about, some way, shape, or form. So, like I said, whenever I say that, it's not in any type of disrespect to any other content creators out there, because I know they got to focus on the brand, on what it is that they're doing, so they can't deviate directly from that. And like I said, I love them for doing that. But I am going to be that one that is going to be directly here for the foolishness. If people want to act a fool, we can push this train directly off the cliff, and I will be flying right back to the top of that cliff and then continuing on. That's what we do. That is what we do. That is what we do. Let me see what else we got directly in this comment. Oh, is that the bottom? Okay, we actually made it to the bottom. All right. Yo, Lunch, what is up? Lunch says, yeah, I believe that you are doing good work. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Yo, we got Sunny in the building, said, here's a story. News. This is the story. New Black media. The story goes like this. That's facts. Like I said, and that's the whole other thing that a lot of people don't realize. You have a lot of Black content creators out here who, because of their platform, they have inspired many others to do what it is that they just so happen to do. So again, if people want to sit up and say, what have you or what have they specifically done, go out there and look at the other Black content creators. That would pretty much just answer all of that nonsense and put that pretty much to bed. What was it? Carrie Wright says, Shalom family. I just oh, you got to do some housework. Gotcha. Tiffy says, Seiji, have you played Red Dead? Yeah, I got Red Dead 2 on my Xbox. I don't got it on PlayStation, but I got it on my Xbox, and I have not completed that. Have not done it. Ty said, okay, hopefully the trolls are gone. Back to lurking. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are at this moment in time. Like I said, why does Corey LeRae look like the pink sauce girl? I want to put this up there, but I would have to. I'm gonna use that either for another live stream, or I'm gonna just put that up there. Also, I want to put y'all up on something too. They got another platform coming up. It's called Own. So that's another platform that's going to be coming up. I will be going a little bit more into it. I'm just waiting for them to roll out everything so that I can showcase some stuff. But yeah, that's the other thing too. How do y'all feel about other individuals? Let me see if I can put that image directly up there for y'all, because I talked about this with you guys in a previous video. Let me see if I can find the image real quick, which is this one. How do y'all feel about this? For the many of the Black Americans here, how do you guys feel about that? Because I'm like, that's some crazy work right there. I'm like, so we create something, right? So they said this. They just created a group called Foundational Latin Americans. Their first room ever was them saying the gloves are off, and they are going after FBAs. So it's FLA versus FBA. 2025 is going to be an interesting time. I'm a little bit confused. I'm just a little bit confused. Like I said before, maybe I might have covered it in a live stream. I'm not sure, but I just felt the need to bring this back up. This is giving the vibes of back when we had Black Lives Matter, and then everybody was like, "Oh, that's not fair that you're only talking about yourselves. We're going to sit up there and do all lives matter. We're going to do white lives matter and all this other type of stuff." Right? Everybody wanted to create all of these other things. Right. I think they might even had an Asian Lives Matter, and then they had other groups as well too. And I'm like, all of this spawned because of what Black people said, and because Black people because everybody else has some type of anger or animosity because of those words. Again, Black people never said that nobody else mattered. We never said that we didn't care about nobody else. We're just simply making it a point that, hey, we're out here going through things. We matter. We need to be highlighted and yada yada yada. But then people wanted to quickly flip the script and it's like, oh, but if Black lives actually matter, then why aren't you guys protesting? What's going on in your own communities and da 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 da. The exact same narrative. And then statistically speaking, I can give that exact same energy back to, let's say, the Caucasian Americans directly out there who say that they really care about their lives and what's happening in their community. Because if you actually do care, then your children would actually be protected. You wouldn't be the main perpetrators of a lot of the crimes against family in your communities, correct? Just saying. Just gotta put that directly out there, since people want to act like they care about lives and populations and kids and all of those great things, right? Because everybody wants to make some type of grandstand when it deals with Black Americans. They really want to show one up. They want to make it really seem that they really care about human individual lives. It's crazy. It's crazy. K5 said, and how are they foundational? I can't even tell you, because now all of a sudden they are. Because, and again, I'm going to put it back to one of the other videos that I gave you guys before. Black people have been the main ones talking about reparations, right? Day in and day out for decades and decades and decades and decades and decades, right? We need what it is that we deserve for all of the atrocities and everything that took place, right? And for the longest time, every other group out here been either they're quiet or they tell Black people to shut up. All of a sudden, now everybody else is like, okay, y'all want to talk about reparations? We're going to talk about them too. Firstly, we deserve to sit up there and have our reparations first, along with the Native Americans, and rah, 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 racka, racka, racka. But I'm like, y'all was never mentioning, this wasn't even nowhere in your viewing globe. This wasn't even in your point of view. This wasn't a part of your conversation. This was never a topic. Y'all was never worried about monies owed to you by way of the government, because y'all didn't care. As long as y'all were here, and let's go back to the main image that we have. Let me see if I can put that directly back up. Hold on, let me see. Let me do that. Go back to this image here. As long as it seemed as though that you belonged, that you fit in, y'all didn't care. Y'all wasn't worried about no reparations. You weren't worried about some just dues. But now all of a sudden, in 2023, 2024, 2025, You got people out here that want to roll up and now they want to say that they're foundational, that they're old monies. How that work? How does that work? Out of all of the history that we have dealing with the black towns and cities that disappeared, turned into lakes, turned into ponds, turned into forest, turned into graveyards, whatever you want to sit up there and put it as. Now you want to enter in a conversation as if you didn't really went through something. No, you didn't. You 100% fought to be integrated. You 100% fought to fully assimilate, or at least so we thought. Because now all of a sudden people want to try to separate themselves. Isn't this the same exact thing that people said that you're not supposed to do in America because we're all American? But yet here we go with another group of people trying to separate themselves and trying to make sure that everybody else knows that they're different from everybody else. Crazy work. But again, black people had to do it so that other people can run. Notice how that works. It's crazy out here. But people still don't want to give black Americans their just due. And this is why we got at this moment in time, quote unquote, Native Americans getting caught up in ICE raids. Because quote unquote, people are indigenous though, right? People are already here though, right? But people are not paying attention to the writing on the wall that literally the government is saying. Because you don't see black Americans getting deported. I'm waiting for the day that they're gonna be like, yo, Seji, guess what? You're getting deported. And I'm like, yo, white government. So where am I getting deported to? Let me know. Show me on the map. Show me the globe and pin right down to where I'm getting deported to. And then tell me the people there. And how it is that I'm reflective of those people and how that's my culture and all this stuff. Let me know. Because I promise you they can't do it. I promise you they won't be able to do it. But for everybody else here, the United States government can specifically tell you where you're from, where you belong, who it is that you are, because they know your place of origin. So if they can't do that to black Americans, that's what that means. The United States government just said it without saying it. And people are still trying to argue online and tell black people that we don't know where it is that we come from. We've been telling you. The white government that you love so much and look up to, that you want to import yourselves from because you run away from your other country that you don't want to fix, they literally just told you. But I guess reading comprehension wasn't a part of the plan when you guys ran away. I guess you had to get assimilated first and learn the language and learn how to do the reading and the writing and the understanding and the comprehension in order to get what's being shown, I guess. It's crazy. Eric Little said the gloves are off. Is supposed. Your guess is as good as mine. Like I don't know. I can't even sit up there and tell you because again, black Americans ain't do nothing to nobody. We've just been sitting up here pretty much minding our business. And if we can't mind our business because somebody else is interjecting themselves, then it's going to be a problem. We're going to have those back and forths and those arguments, those tit for tats, jokes, all that other type of stuff. It is what it is. It's crazy. Diabolical work. To be said, my place of origin is San Francisco, California. Bars. Prince said, I'm calling 1-800 we call it nice. This man. I can see you with a t-shirt. Let me tell you, I can see. I swear you're gonna have that for a t-shirt. Thread Stopper said we should listen to foundational Latin Americans. Some of these people need to stop. Yes, it's crazy work. Like I said, black people literally created this first, and everybody else was getting on black Americans for following this or using the branding or whatnot or whatever. But I'm like, yo, it don't matter what we say or what we create. Everybody always has a problem. And again, that should let a lot of black Americans know who it is that we are. Because ain't nobody else trying to argue with Sicilians and trying to tell them who it is that they are, even though we know the history of Sicilians and Italians. Nobody's trying to sit up there and do that. Nobody's trying to sit up there and argue with the Europeans who are pretty much trying to plant themselves all over every single continent. There ain't nobody trying to argue and tell them like, oh, do you know where you're from? I'm going to tell you where you're from. You're not indigenous. No, 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 no. This is what. Ain't nobody doing that. Everybody is mustering up all of this energy, all of this anger directly for one group out of the whole planet, Black Americans. Usually, when that happens, that means that people are pretty special. When you have a lot of people that are really fixated on you, they cannot stop talking about you. They always have to bring you up. They always have to belittle you. They always got to try to correct you. They got to try to show you what's right because they feel that you're always wrong, that you don't know this and they know better than you. Whenever that is usually the case, that's usually means that that person is very special. Because everybody else is trying to tell Black Americans that, hey, we all are smarter than Black Americans because we know who you are and we know where it is that you come from. So we're going to tell you and we're going to show you and we're going to educate you. And Black Americans are like, I grew up as a genius. My IQ is, 12th level. I don't need you to sit up there and tell me anything. I know where it is that I come from. I can look, I can see, I can feel it directly in the soil. And everybody else is like, no, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. We're going to tell you, by way of that, we're going to use what it is that Europeans have told us and educated us on. So that's how we know where it is that you come from. And we're like, we don't need Europeans to tell us where it is that we come from because we can look back at our families. We can look back at generations. And then when we say that, they're like, well, how far back can you go? And then when Black Americans are like, well, I can go back to 1780, they're like, well, what about farther than that? What about to the 1400s? And I'm like, realistically, can you even trace yourself back to the 1400s? Do you even know what was even going on in the 1400s? Do you even know what your family looked like in the 1400s while you're trying to question Black Americans who can at least trace something back? Because somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. In a lot of these other countries, they don't even actually keep proper birthing records. Sometimes it's just made up on a whim. Your birthday, everybody's birthday might be January 1st. Like something crazy. But yeah, people got the nerve to, try to talk to us and try to educate us. Diabolical work. Diabolical work. It's crazy. But yes, that is pretty much it. Before I start, spinning down into other conversations, gotta stop while I'm ahead. FM said January 1st, 2000 bars. We got to go back to Y2K real quick. Everybody got to party like it's 1999. Shout out to Prince. But yeah, that is it for the live stream, guys. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Hopefully, you guys are able to get some type of fulfillment. Something directly out of this live stream, maybe some new information or whatnot or whatever, or a newer or clearer understanding of who it is that I am and what this platform is directly about. Shout out to anybody who subscribed. I think we had about a good, possible 10 people that might have subscribed to the platform. We actually been going for about 2 hours and 36 minutes, which is pretty good. But it is time for me to set you guys free. I know Hack is saying no. Yasin, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? And again, much love and respect and appreciation to any and everybody that is pulled up to the platform. I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if I can have something that'll, pull up you guys's, names. So when it is that you, show up to the live stream, it'll, have it, noted directly up there to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, like I said, got some things, directly in the background cooking. Oh, Hack said was out shopping. I got you. And man, going out there grocery shopping, getting some food. I got you. Aesop. Every time I see that name, I think about Aesop's Fables, and that was both, I think, a TV show and a book. What was it? Sonny said, I'd rather not interact with these people because they have no possible way to express themselves as who they are, right? Mr. Wilson said, thank you, Seiji, top 5 channel for me. Now keep the content coming, brother. We need more like you. Stay up, chat, and don't walk in that smoke. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think you might be talking about that fog. Yeah, I got you. Well, if you are talking about the fog, I got you. Jay said, "Do you do live panels?" I haven't done that in years. Actually, I used to at a moment in time, and quite a bit of people, bit of my mods who are here, and others have actually been a part of those panels at a moment in time. Sometimes we'll, talk about the topics. Other times we're just talking about life. Like one of the brothers, King, who is a truck driver. I'm not sure if he, is still, watching the channel, but much love to the brother. When he was here, he was just in his 18 wheeler, and he was rolling. Right, we got to see him on the highway. The brother was just driving, and every now and again, uh, he'll interact and happen to talk about what's going on and everything. So King Kloss, what is up? What it said, peace out, chat. Much love. Rennerman said, see, oh, matter of fact, before I do this, I did have one more video. One more video that I actually do have for you guys. I forgot all about it because I got caught up in the conversation. I'm not sure if anybody saw the fight that took place at a city council meeting, but I'm going to play that video directly for you guys. And I'm just trying to figure out what in the world is even happening or going on at this moment in time. I technically, I know why it happened. I understand it to a point, but to see a female city council member come across the table and to enter into a brouhaha is completely ridiculous. Like, I think her wig might have flew or something. Like, it's crazy, but here we go.
Moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association, that we would rather take a vote, that we're gonna exchange your black ass for Stephanie to be the new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You gone, bitch.
And then you're going to see her. She's going to run directly in there. You got to pay attention to that orange wig.
That ain't right.
Oh, we got another angle. There we go. And this dude sitting up here throwing up gang signs. Like, bro, how old are you, man? Like, you could be somebody like this, brother. Brother. Like watching, like literally looking at the different clips that's online, and knowing the fact that she literally jumped over the table that she was sitting at because the guy that she was with got into a fight because he was defending the fact that the dude rolled up at the city council meeting and called her out of her name, which was disrespectful. That should not have happened at all. That dude should have did better. I'm just going to realistically say that he should have did better. Irregardless on how it is that you feel as a man, keep your stuff directly intact. If the woman did not come out there and disrespect you, you need not to roll up there and do the same thing. Right? Again, that was uncalled for. It should not have happened. So the boyfriend decided that he was going to defend, his girlfriend or whatnot or what have you. But again, like I said before, let the men sit up there and handle it. It makes no sense. You're a woman. You're not hood. You're not like out there in the streets, Queen Ratchet. You're not doing none of that. Like you are a part of like the council. Like, I'm sorry, you're a mayor and you're running directly you're running a meeting, and then you see your boyfriend get into a fight and you roll up there and you jumping in there and you start swinging. Like, what are you doing? What where's Tiffany Hayner? Where is she born? Where is she from? Because I need to start questioning this, because I'm like, yo, this can't be it. This cannot be it. Like, this is crazy. Then the dude over there on the side getting carried out, throwing up gang signs. I'm like, bro, like, this is what I told y'all before on the last live stream. I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. You can't be telling me like you're like 30, 40, 50, 60, and you still throwing up gang signs. Like, bro, what are you doing? You should have outgrown the streets. Like, there is nothing there. Like, this is, yo, like I bro, for the people out there that voted her in, I don't know what y'all going to do. For the people out there that's allowing her and her boyfriend to represent the city, I don't know what y'all going to sit up there and do. Like, this is not it. This ain't nowhere close to black excellence, black positivity, like nothing. Like, if I had a daughter, I'm not telling her to sit up there and look up to any of that nonsense. Like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. No, I get you, Tippy. You said, well, he did call her directly out of her name, so I guess her boyfriend defended her, right? Cool, glad he did, but she should have stayed back and let her boyfriend handle it. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You're the mayor. Like, you are literally a sitting mayor. Like, you got young black girls looking directly up to you and idolizing him, like, yo, she's the black mayor. She looks like this. She looks like that. I want to be like her, all this other type of stuff. And you're destroying your whole image. You're destroying your whole image. Like, that's crazy. Like, Lord have mercy, man. Like I said, it is what it is. Yo, let me roll it back for you. The dude getting carried out. Hold on, let me play this for you for lunch. So I'm going to play it right here, right? So you can see it. You want to see a guy get carried out by security. Right? He getting carried out, right? Look at him. Hold on, let me roll that back. Getting carried out like somebody's son. Look at that. Dude just throwing up gang signs for no reason. Like, what are you doing? Look at that. Look at that. Throwing up gang signs for no reason. You getting carried out. You're a grown man getting carried out like a child, and you sitting up there throwing up gang. What? And this is what I say. You got dudes in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s proud of this type of mentality. Like, it's really carrying on somewhere. Like, nobody's going to be giving you like a statue, building you a statue in a hood. Like, yo, OG is gone. Like, yo, that's sad. Bless up. Let's pour a 40 out. No, you ain't getting no statue. You that's it. You just a memory. Just like the gods of Rome and the gods of the Greek period. Once those people that were around during that era that knew you, once they're gone, everything about you is gone. So in comes brand new gods. That's it. It's a rinse, wash, and a repeat. Like I said, this ain't nothing to be like, yo, this is, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. That's crazy. Brandon V. World said, was a mayor. She lost because she was stealing money from the city, literally. Yeah, I've seen some of those stories as well. I think maybe I might have covered it. But I know one of the channels that I watch every now and again, which is Pink Book, she covers a lot of the stuff. And like I said, she is a blessing. That woman is a blessing covering a lot of this stuff. Because ain't nobody about to come to her and tell her to stop talking. Be like, oh, why you always, talking about this and ain't nobody about to. She be like, yo, if you don't go somewhere, yo, she is hilarious. Shout out to that woman. I wish I had an image of her channel directly up there, because I throw it up there real quick so people understand who I'm talking about. But I think if you actually type it in the YouTube, you can find her. I think, what is it, Pink Book Lessons, I think. Let me just make sure, because I know I'm subscribed. I'm not sure if I'm subscribed on the first channel though. Let me see something real quick. Pink Book. Yep. Woo, she's sitting at 470K. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of people for so long over the years. It is amazing to see growth in a lot of people's channels. It is amazing. It is amazing to see the growth. Amazing to see the growth. But yeah, that's Pink Book Lessons. She covers a lot of the stuff. Multitude of times, multitude of, different ways and everything. So yeah, just putting that, directly out there just in case people don't know about that channel. But yeah, that's crazy, man. That's ridiculous. That is crazy. That is 100% crazy. Yeah, I don't even know what you're saying down there at the bottom. So yeah, whatever you're saying, I don't know what that is. That looks like a bunch of gibberish. I need you to speak English if you're coming here, writing whatever you're writing right now. I gotta treat it like the country white folks. Is that English? What dialect is that? I don't know what that man was speaking right there. That's crazy. That's some diabolical work right there. Oh, you might. Well, I'm not sure what channel he typing from, but he typing from one of these channels. Like I said, sometimes I can't. I'm so used to like people trolling. As soon as I see comments, sometimes like my mind is automatically like in attack mode. So I can't tell sometimes. So I gotta ask some of y'all sometimes, like, yo, are y'all specifically talking to me? That's me trying to put up the barrier. I'm like, all right, let me just not start attacking. Let me just ask the question, like, are you specifically leaving that for me? Or are you, talking to, somebody else or whatnot? So, But yeah, Timmy, it might be from one of the channels. I don't know if it's from the first channel or the second channel. I can't even directly tell you. But yeah, Mayor Tiffany, dog, that's some crazy work out there, man. That's 100% some crazy work. Yo, the people out there, y'all got to do something about that. Like, that is not it. And and that's another thing I try to speak about on this platform before, about the image of black women getting misused, because the only thing that a lot of people are going to say is that they're going to use Tiffany. Let me go back to her image. They're going to use that woman and her relationship and to showcase the reason why it is that quote unquote black women should not be in power, and why it is that they shouldn't be holding a position of power. That's all people are going to do. And they're going to go back to this video. They're going to go back to the video of the police chief and some other black women that were holding high positions, and they're going to use that as clear-cut examples in order to paint a broad brush on all of the black women out there. So like I said, it's crazy out here. But now we're officially going to. Oh, we still got Gail here. What is up, Gail? What is up? Gail said Tiffany is a disgrace. Gail said that Maryland DA though too. Yeah, I think that's the one I might be referring to as well. I forgot her name. Wasn't she married and she was having an affair with a lawyer or something? I forgot what it was. I forgot how that story went. Tiffany said no, women should, and I'm speaking out loud. No, Tiffany, like I know you've been here. You, Gail, and and many others as well. Like I know y'all in a sense say something, but I'm like, y'all can't be the only ones. Like it got to be enough voices directly out here. Like how when I highlight certain things that happen in conversations on podcasts and on Twitter and stuff, that people have conversations when it deals with like black men and stuff, how loud people are, then people got to be just as loud, if not louder, when it deals with these situations. Because again, it's only going to hurt the image of black women even more. So what was it? Double Edge said channels say that they want feedback, but block people who don't agree with them. Channels only want to preach to their choir. I'm not exactly sure who you're talking to. This is why I keep telling people I need people to be actually direct and not indirect. I need people to be very specific. If you're talking about me, I need you to say, "Hey, at Seji, this is for you." Like this generalized type of speech is crazy. Because if I'm talking directly to you, I'm highlighting your comment and I'm talking live so that you know that I'm specifically talking to you. Let me see. Aesop said, "You're right." Sadly, Gail said, "Nah, Maryland DA. She was fraud." Oh, she was fraud. So who am I thinking about was the woman that was having an affair with a lawyer and the dude was married. Like it's been some crazy stories out here. Marilyn Mosby wasn't pardoned. Tippy said, "Well, if it's not me, then no woman should be in those positions." Geneva J, what is up? What is up? Said divide and conquer. Gail said exactly. We're adults. Why the subliminals? Yeah. Gail said the Georgia DA. What is that? Bridget Favron, I think it is, said that's why I love what is it? Trayor. He not playing. Okay. Fannie Willis. Yeah. Fannie Willis. Yeah. I got you. Geneva said the power goal is to divide and conquer the black and Hispanics. Well, this is what I will sit up there and tell you. Let me put it to you like this. Let me just highlight this one real quick before I get to the other guy. The main problem with that is the Latin community. And I've talked about this a lot. A Latin community has done a very good job of supporting their own. Like even if I go on Twitch, I'll see a random guy who speaks Spanish. Obviously, he's Latin, and he's talking to his demographic. Because when I look through the chat, everybody else is speaking Spanish, and they'll roll up 2,000 deep. No matter what game he's streaming, they are in there 2,000 deep, and he's the only person streaming an old type of game, right? So they'll make sure to roll up to the scene, empower their people, make sure that they're able to live out their dreams and all this other type of stuff, right? When it deals with the black community, for whatever reason, we'll have everybody else trying to disassemble and make sure that things don't work. Like the same things that other people and communities are able to do. People are like, no, black people don't need to be doing that. Y'all need to be focused on this, that, and the third, all this other type of stuff, and da 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 da. Oh, y'all trying to sit up there and build up, and y'all trying to come up as a collective, and you're trying to empower yourself. No, what you need to do is sit up there and build up and empower and connect with other people and do this, that, and the third. Shift all of your energy into other people and stop trying to put all of your energy and wealth into yourselves. That's what a lot of people like to sit up there and do. But nobody tells that to the Latin community, who make sure to empower, to give jobs, to put money, to educate, their own people in their own communities. And like I said before, I commend the Latin community for what it is and how it is that they've done a great deal of many things for their own people. Like I said, that is, I respect that. I would just simply want to see that exact same thing for Black Americans. And I would love it if people could just leave us alone and just mind their business when it is that we decide to do these things. That's all I'm saying. You know. Let me see. Unless they're Afro Latino, they treat them poorly. I'm talking about other Latinos. Gail said we were foolish enough to stand for the Asians, and lo and behold, they were steadfast getting rid of affirmative action as well as promoting Asian hate propaganda. Yeah, and Gail is 100% correct. And we've tried to stand by and help out the Asian community, all for them to side with their gods to get rid of affirmative action because they thought that it would benefit them by getting rid of it, and it would hinder us by way of taking us out of the colleges. And they found out slowly but surely, but hey, affirmative action actually benefited you. So now they're trying to do a runaround and backtrack and reverse, and they're trying to sue these colleges for getting rid of affirmative action because their college enrollment numbers have been dropping. Color me surprised. This is why I keep telling people I'm loving what's happening at this moment in time, because everybody that's trying to take away certain things because they think that is going to hinder or hurt or stop black people, they soon enough find out that it was actually more beneficial for them to have it and to keep it there. White women are one of those people amongst everybody else, aka affirmative action, aka DEI, and many other things. It's crazy. It's crazy work. You said as slaves we were hunted down just like the Hispanics are being hunted down. It's not the same. It is not even, it's nowhere, ma'am. I understand that you stand in solidarity with the Latin community. That's beautiful. That is great. That is not where I am at this moment in time. The only thing that I can do is care for my people and look out for my people. That's not me sitting up there wishing ill or anything like that or anybody else, but I have to mind my own black business realistically. And I have to manage time and energy and focus in on my people. The same exact thing that everybody else has done. Whenever we had the protest and everything else, everybody else was minding their business. If they weren't minding their business, they were speaking out against what it is that black people were talking about. And they were siding with the opposition. So again, time and time again, I'm looking at all of these other minorities. I'm sorry, I'm not other. I'm looking at all of these minorities who have been able to coexist, and they've been able to make it off of the blood, sweat, and tears and everything that the civil rights movement and everything else that transpired. They've been able to sit up there and make it. Better yet, I also got videos of elders from the Latin community who stated that during segregation, they were sitting on the bus with white folks side by side, shoulder to shoulder. But you know who was standing up on that bus, or who was made to get up out of their seats that was designated as colored? Black people. So again, it's not, none of this is the same. It is not. Historically, we can sit up there and look at this. We can go tit for tat. We can go directly with historics. It's not the same. It's not the same. Like that's some diabolical work. You know, to try to sit up there and say that, yo, what happened to black Americans is the same thing. It is not the same, because they might be getting separated, but they're not, you know, getting sold into slavery. Their children are not, you know, their men and everything like that aren't getting buck broken. They're not getting disassembled, right? They're not having unnecessary surgeries because people have a fear of, you know, their men, meaning the Latin men, and impregnating their women. They're not doing that. But like I said, I can list to you a lot of the atrocities that have taken place, including some of which where you would have these people that were so fearful of a black man coming back that they turned that person into a type of oil, a type of drink, just to make sure that they got rid of that person. They would make sure to disassemble that person, like the card Exodium. Arm, body, leg, head, so that that person would not be able to come back to life because they were so fearful. So yeah, it's not the same. I'm just going to tell you, and I got books to back up everything that I'm saying. I even did a live stream where I showcased pictures to sit up there and show you it is not the same at all. Not the same. But like I said before, it's cool. I understand that you sit in solidarity directly with them. That is your choice. No problem. Completely cool. But that is, I can't afford to do that. Can't afford to do that. Let me see what else we got here. Hunted down, breeding farm, separation from families, alligator bait, physical atrocities, forced things that took place in between family members, and on and on. Definitely not the same. That's facts. Yep. And people are listing stuff directly in the comment section, just in case you don't know what it is that I'm talking about or referring to. And I can promise you, what you're seeing right now, if let me tell you like this, if black people got treated like this, we really wouldn't have no issues. Like the Latins who are, being deported, they're getting treated like human beings. They're getting treated like human beings. Like, all right, we got you. We're going to arrest you. We're going to process you. We're going to send you back home. That's it. That is it. There is no more, no less. It's even to the point where it's like if they know that you can't speak Spanish, they're going to sit up there and oblige, and they're going to find a translator just to get everything said and done. And even the tone with the officers is vastly different than the tone that land overseers, that slave hands and slave masters will sit up there and have with the American Negro. It is vastly different. Why do you think that those same people love slave film so much? What was the critically acclaimed movie? 12 Years a Slave. Critically acclaimed. Won 99 billion awards. Robert and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up. Right? It's crazy. It's diabolical. White Americans say it was the best film since the Titanic. That's what they do. They love any type of slave film that is directly out there. They are sitting directly there because, AKA, that's when America was great, right? That's the time, right? Where you had certain people at a certain level and everybody else below them, where those people are worshipped as gods, even though they weren't, they were false. And the other people that are the actual gods were made to be believed or condemned to believing that they are way less than and that they never had any type of power or whatnot. It's crazy. These are the exact same people who the slave hands did not want to learn how to read. Now explain that to me. You did not want the American Negro to be able to read, but yet you handed them a Bible. But when you handed them the Bible, you made sure to take out a lot of pages, especially the pages where it talked about revolt, where it talked about, fighting back and questioning. And it's amazing how, a lot of information seemingly gets taken out, but then people still say that you received the full information. So if there was a difference between the normal Bible and a slave Bible, what's the difference between the information that we are given by the United States government versus the information that they actually have that's directly in vaults or in some type of cave in Salt Lake City and all this other type of stuff? What's the difference? It's a lot. It's a lot. But like I said, it's different. Let me see who is. There was something I was supposed to highlight. Who was that? Realizing I forgot who I was supposed to highlight. It was somebody up here. That's who it was. It was this one. Said channels say that they want feedback, but block people who don't agree with them. Channels only want to preach to their choir. No, a lot of channels don't feel like dealing with foolishness. And if you're coming directly to somebody's home and you're delivering foolishness, they have every right to pack you on up and get you directly up on out of there. Now, for you to have a problem with people doing that on their own platform is nonsensical, and it doesn't make any type of sense at all. And I would, again, advocate for a lot of people to have that type of problem to create your own platform. It's that simple. It makes no sense to cry and complain about something that you don't like to people who don't actually care. You telling me as if I'm supposed to sit up there and care, even though I actually highlight you guys quite a bit. And like I said earlier, if I'm directly speaking to you and I'm live, I'm directly speaking to you. I'm not going to be throwing those subliminal shots. This ain't battle rap. I'm coming directly at you. It's that simple. You're going to know I'm coming at you because you're going to feel it in every single word that I say. So, like I said, and I'm dealing with supposedly grown adults out here. Crazy work out here, guys. Crazy Z work. Let me see. What else do we got about her? Gail said, Geneva has that one cool Latin homegirl. Now we should stand as one. What your Latin friend do? Loan you some money so your house wouldn't go in. Oh man, every time it's always Gail. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But all right, so yeah, now I didn't already got all the content directly out there, and also want to remind people a lot of the content that you see will can't get more words right. We will have that directly in a standalone video that will be a lot shorter than a 3-hour live stream. Geneva said it's all good, no problem, no problem. Like I said, and like I said, I don't fault you. I don't have a problem. However it is that you believe, or however it is that you want to move, that is how it suits you. I'm just simply saying I gotta look out for myself. I gotta look out for my family. I gotta look out for my friends. I gotta look out for other people directly out here. Many of which who are Black, who subscribe directly to this channel, who are directly in this live stream. At this moment in time, that's where all of the love, respect, and value tends to go. Because again, in America, for the longest time possible, Black Americans have always focused and been fixated on everybody else. We've been trying to fight everybody else's plight, everybody else's battles. We tried to stand up. We tried to march. We tried to protest. We tried to speak out. We tried to call out. We've sacrificed a great deal of a lot of things. And in return, we got nothing. We got nothing from everybody. So now at this moment in time, everybody's going to get nothing from me. The only people that's going to receive anything is Black Americans here. And if people want to call that segregationist or divisive or racist, I'll be that. Like I said, I'll be whatever demon that you need so that you can sleep well at night. But anyways, wait, what we got? No, it's bars. What he must learn the hard way. Wait about it. Sheila Hunt said, "This country not new to Black people. We the reason you got civil rights and birthrights. Not Mexican Black people. Wait. Mexico Black people's drinking their tea and watching the show." James Richardson said, "We got thrown under the bus." Yep. That is bars. But anyways, wait. Geneva said, "I just clicked on for the first time." Well, much love, respect, and appreciation. Thank you for being in attendance for the live stream. Shout out to you for coming here. Again, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here and spend a little bit of time here. Like I said, this is what we tend to do. We tend to have some conversations. We tend to agree to disagree, and that's it. Unless people are trolling, Other than that, that's pretty much it. But like I said before, I love you guys a lot. Thank you for staying here for the duration of 3 hours and 11 minutes. Shout out to anybody who donated directly to the platform. GT Parker said, "I disagree." Hey, it be like that. I'm not sure if you disagreeing with Geneva or me, but it be like that. I don't know what else to tell you, brother. You're about to be disagreeing with a black screen in a minute. But yeah, much love, respect, and appreciation. Love you guys a lot. To anybody who donated to the platform today, thank you very much. Appreciate, love you guys a lot, value you guys a lot. And as I stated before, without people like you, I would not be able to do what it is that I do every single day. And also shout out to you guys for pulling up to a lot of the videos that I've done over the past days and weeks and months. As well. Much love and thank you guys very much. And I will catch you guys on the next live stream. And again, I will have a video uploaded for you guys for around 12 o'clock tonight. So, you can be on the lookout if you might be at work and you need something to listen to. I got you. No problem. So we got the live stream already up. People can replay that. And then we also got the video that will be coming up as well too. So catch you guys later in the next video and in the next live stream.